Hello everyone, this is Taco, and welcome to In Deep Taco. On this channel, we discuss A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, and all that. But first, hi! Welcome! Oh, I didn't play the thing. Oh, I better play the thing. But first...
Welcome to something to talk about.
Yeah, listen to the girl. Welcome to Something to Talk About. My name is Taco, and as you heard me say earlier, we're gonna do some Song of Ice and Fire stuff. We're actually covering every sigil from the Reach, and that's 70 freaking sigils. And I've realized that it's not because the Reach has more houses. It does, but almost every other house, if you look at all their sigils, look at all their houses, like half the houses don't have sigils. Out of 74 freaking Reach houses, 4 don't have sigils. Like almost all of them are represented, and that's why we just get bombarded. But before we get going, I got some guests, and hopefully more will show up later. And first is this guy is a revolutionary. He is a visionary, and it is Rust Franklin Shackelford. How's it going?
Shackleton, how you doing, bro?
Oh, Shackleton. Oh, I was too busy trying to do my freaking Seth freaking Rollins. And I messed it up. Do you get the joke instead of saying freaking Rollins? It's Franklin Rollins. Do you get that joke?
I knew that because I told you what the F stood for before, so I knew that you were transposing.
Seth Franklin Rollins was the joke I was making.
Yeah.
Jim Cornette says Franklin instead of freaking Rollins.
Does he really?
Yeah,
I never noticed.
He does a lot of those. Like he's got very awful nicknames for some people, but Seth freaking Rollins, he always says Seth Franklin, which I think is hilarious. But and also we got this guy here, this other guy. He's kind of, I'm sorry to warn you guys, but he's a little random. And yeah, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Yeah,
right. He's so random.
He's so random. Don't know what's gonna happen with this guy. Watch out.
Wild card.
Wild card. That's the
I cut the brakes.
I should have freaking Charlie yelling wild card bitches jumping out of the truck. That's what I should have for this.
Yeah, I just want to say I always thought the F stood for Frankenstein. Rust Frankenstein Shackleton. Isn't that?
That sounds great.
I got to be honest. I actually haven't settled on what the F stands for.
Well, for a Seth Rollins reference, I suggest freaking or Franklin, either one.
Yeah.
I mean,
about
that's just
we meet in the middle and we say Franklinstein. It's like the Frankenstein version of Ben Franklin.
That's good.
So it's the turtle, like the little Franklin the turtle, but he's a monster that gets turned away. That gets turned away from every door.
My brain went to
like
R.L. Stein's son, Franklinstein. All right. We have 70 sigils to get through. Hopefully we got 1 or 2 more people showing up. I got one person who said he'll be late, and I got one person who said he'll definitely be there, and he hasn't talked to me. So we'll see.
Oh gosh, in the private chat. I wasn't in the comments thing. Hello, everyone in the comments thing.
Yeah, hello. We got April.
Oh yeah, I gotta pull up the screen.
We got April. We probably got more. In fact, I know we have more, but they're not talking yet. Sound off.
I don't know if there's anybody from my end of the internet fandom, but I think that this is like basically the only consistent A Song of Ice and Fire thing I appear on anymore. So.
I think it's the only consistent A Song of Ice and Fire live stream. Like, because we all do them, but because I have a very consistent schedule, it's easy for me to do one a month. But yeah, it's just easy to like boom, boom, boom. But I know like everybody else has one here and there, But I have a really crazy OCD, so I'm really, really good at planning them. But yeah, to a lot of people's annoyance, Rust is like, you don't have to remind me 9 times. I'm like, well, I feel like I do.
No, that's not me. You do have to remind me 9 times. I've told you have to pester me.
No. It's you don't like it when I remind you too far out because I'm an out planner and I'm like, hey man, I got a live stream coming up on the 15th, and you're like, it's the 30th of the last the month before. Like,
Yeah, no, that's actually was going to be literally my comment. Is I'm always like, hey, remind me the last minute, because
Yeah, that's
you'll
what Russ
often
likes
tell me
too.
like 15, 20 days in advance, and I'm just like, man, I don't.
I
If it's not like something about like history, if it's not like something like that happened in like,
that's something you
20th
gotta look
century
up.
in
Yeah.
Germany, like I don't really remember it.
All right. Before we get moving, I do want to say I made banners. I never used banners. So like and subscribe, please. Check that out. Some fancy stuff. And also we will be moving through because we have 70 sigils to get through. So please put up your comments. We will put them on screen if I see them and if they're funny or whatever. And but if you do have a comment or a question, please send in a super chat. That way we will completely see it no matter what. And if you want to donate, but you don't want to do it through super chat, so we get 100% of it, go directly to PayPal at Taco Bout. See, I have this up, and it's in the description too if you want to see it. I normally send you down the description, but I made one of these. I'm getting fancy around here, guys. Watch out.
You know what you should do, Taco, for your advanced subscribers who wanna get something a little extra?
You're giving me a job now. All right.
No. You should
Hey!
you should award people like a signature or something on one of the dope rocks behind you. Get like an erasable marker, so it doesn't affect your house.
Dude, I would so do signatures on rocks.
Yeah, but like how Tom and Zach do all the names behind their board and stuff. Like,
now you're having me copy those guys.
Put up all your $5 patrons or something on the rock.
Oh yeah, you know what? I used to when I got after my first divorce, I spent a lot of money on cam girls, and that's exactly what they did. They would write your name like on themselves and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Rust.
You gotta make you feel special.
You're so fun. All right. So it's the reach. So we have a lot of fruit. A lot of plants that are not fruit, and because not all plants are fruit, but all fruits are plants, right? So and then we got just random stuff.
I wonder if there are any fruits that aren't plants.
I don't know, probably not by definition. And we got a lot of hands. You guys want to hand one right away?
Yeah. Let's start it off relatively easy and maybe give us a hand we might have seen before.
Oh, well, there's only one hand you've seen before, no matter what.
Look, it's not often that Taco offers a hand job, all right? So you got to jump on it when he offers.
What do you mean it's not? Maybe not to you.
He's having to reach for this hand job, though. He's really having to reach.
All right. No, I'm not gonna go with because there's one hand that's easy in the rest.
Don't forget about the twins.
All right, let's start with a medium one, in my opinion. What do you guys got for this one?
Those aren't hands. Those are beehives.
Those are hives, yeah.
Yeah, those are hives.
So Beesbury?
When you put your hand on the wrong thing.
It is House Beesbury. Everything's made up and the points don't matter, but Rust already has a point.
Nice.
That's right. The points are like when you get a speeding ticket out of state.
Dude, I drove from Miami to New Hampshire once, taking toll roads the entire way without an Easy Pass thing or whatever. So there's just pictures of my license plate. A year later, I got a single charge in the mail for $27 from New Jersey.
You drove through the tolls without paying them?
I drove through all the tolls. I took the express routes that you're not supposed to take unless you have an Easy Pass. Like everything. I told my GPS, just get me there as fast as possible. Dude,
I don't have any of that in the Midwest. Like, we don't have tolls.
Oh my God, dude. Because I one time decided, because I told it to take toll roads, it took me through New York City and it took me through Washington, D.C. instead of around them. And the amount of time I spent stuck in traffic just, lost all the time that I would have made up. I mean, it took me 2 hours to get across the GW Bridge.
Do you think they purposely make, like, the way that avoids the tolls shitty? Like, you think they're like, we better do construction on this road? Why? Because we're not getting enough.
Well, no, actually, the non-toll roads are actually quite pleasant to drive on. It's just that they're not illuminated. So if you don't have great night vision, then it's kind of sucks. But other than that, I like it.
All right,
side roads.
You guys want a medium one, a hard one?
Yeah. Give us a medium one. I was gonna say, Russ, we have tolls up by the Bay Area, and I think my sister got clipped the same way and didn't realize.
Yeah, but here in New Hampshire, tolls are like 75 cents or $1. Okay, crossing the GW Bridge in New York City, I think was $18. It's fucking absurd.
All right. What about did we say a hard one or an easy one? You said
let's go with the easy ones. I mean,
let's go with easy. We said medium, but let's go with easy.
Yeah, it's been a while. Let's ease our way into these.
All right. We're gonna ease. What do you guys think about this one?
Ooh,
I wouldn't even know, but it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it does.
Let me know when you want hints.
Right now.
Yeah, give us something for it.
I'm glad you want a hint. Oh, or let me. Oh, you want me to actually give you a hint?
Yeah, give us a hint.
It is a place that is most known for a gigantic tourney that everybody went to.
Harrenhal.
Not Harrenhal.
Damn.
Ashford, yes.
Yeah,
damn it. That one.
It's
that
Ashford Meadow, yeah.
Yep. Not Ashford Meadow. That's different. Ashford
Wait,
Meadow.
So is Ashford? I thought Ashford Meadow was the tourney.
The tourney is at Ashford Meadow, but the house is Ashford.
So. Okay, yeah. So I'm just
across the
tourney.
river.
The house is Ashford. You're right.
Yeah.
Taco, you are technically correct.
Yeah. I like how
the best kind of correct.
The best kind of correct. Yeah. Sorry if I keep leaving suddenly and sound further away. I have a cat that is just like crying incessantly, and he if I stop paying attention to him, he jumps down and cries, and something like that.
Dude, I have a baby who keeps pulling that same stuff.
No, this cat is a baby. It's not actually a baby. Like it's not young anymore, but it acts like a baby.
Oh, I got an actually baby. Did I tell you random?
You did. You told us that you had a new baby recently.
Brand new. Yeah, over a month now.
A fresh bun out of the oven, as it were.
So goofy.
Does it still have like the new baby smell?
Yeah, he's still got new baby smell. Yeah. He just makes a lot of weird faces. He does a lot of side eye.
Is it like having your first baby, or have you noticed a big difference?
Big difference. Huge, massive difference. Our daughter was awful, just the worst baby. Constantly screaming, like colicky, horrible. If she wasn't asleep, she was screaming at the top of her lungs, and it was really hard to get through this. Homeboy only screams when he's like when it's time for a bottle, and that's it. Yeah. That's it. And sometimes when he's very
ironic.
He doesn't like it being naked too much.
My mom described me and my sister the same way. So we used to call my sister. We used to call her Mimi, but it was because there was an artillery shell that they used to drop on people called a screaming Mimi. And it would shriek, and so that's how she got her name.
Nice.
And then apparently, according to my mom, I was really quiet. Like I didn't. So I always wonder that about babies. I'm like, is there something that makes certain babies cry or like this?
I mean, colicky, absolutely. Also, some babies are just super gassy.
Yeah.
And that's and then being able.
Also, a first child notices immediately that they can get your attention too. Yes. Like once you've got the second child, you learned like what noises to ignore, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I don't have children, so I'm just talking, from like what my parents.
And you're not even there. We're just looking at an empty chair. So
yeah, exactly.
You're also
so. But yeah, so like I could tell that like because I'm a middle child, I could tell that. Like my parents would pay more attention to my older brother just because they'd kind of been trained that way, like they'd had 2 years of this is our first kid and we don't know what we're doing, and then they like got to the second kid and they're like, okay, we can relax and like but they were still programmed for anyway, middle child syndrome.
I also panic a lot less because, like you said, because I know what I'm doing and I'm the screams are not getting to me like they did with our daughter. Maybe because I think she definitely was louder. Maybe it's all in my head. Maybe she wasn't worse, but in my mind it was like really grating, and I had to like calm myself down. Like, all right, because I can't think when somebody's just screaming. I know it's a baby. I didn't punish the baby or anything, but it's hard to like. Yeah, all right. I know you're screaming. I'm working on the bottle. And with this dude, he's like, man. I'm like. I'm getting it. Like I'm not really worried. I mean, I'm worried, but I'm not like it's not getting to me.
Right.
Which is nice because his sister hasn't changed and she's 5 now, so she's still a butt. See, I don't know what you guys would consider easy because I know most.
I consider easy like crops up in the main story a couple of times as opposed.
I
to
consider easy like.
Or like
Beesbury was easy because it had a picture of a beehive, and that was the first half of the name of the house.
Yeah.
So if you have any more sigils like that,
there's a series of Beesburys. Like you get one in the House of the Dragon. And
all right, here's a character
that one's
from
easier.
I got a character from the main story.
Duck and egg, you know.
We got a character from the main story. Well, that's why I thought Ashford would be easy.
Yeah. I just didn't remember the Ashford symbol. When you said the tournament hint, I immediately got where you were coming from.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it right after the hint. What about this one? And we're done doing easy ones. So
all right, let's check it out.
Let's
check it out. Oh, that's House Huntsman. That's Randall Turley's house, right?
No.
Or is that not? No,
Randall
this is one of their
Turley's house is not
This is Hyle Hunt's house.
This is Hyle Hunt.
Yeah, sorry. It's Tarley adjacent. It's not. Yeah, no, Tarley's the longbow, right? Tarley's a longbow? Somebody has longbow?
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you, but yeah, sure.
Is it coming up later?
Yes.
We can conspire together. Do you remember, Russ? Just Tarley's a longbowman, right? Like a striding huntsman with a bow. That's what he is, like a huntsman with a bow, yeah?
The striding huntsman is Tarley.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. This is Hunt adjacent. This is Hyle Hunt's house. This is a lesser cousin or some shit.
All right, let's get into hard ones. Screw you guys. All right, I'm sick of you guys already.
Oh, also to April Tyndall, the Ashford sigil makes me think they come out of Dorne. I'm actually curious about that. Taco, can you show us the map? Where is Ashford in relation to Dorne? I'm just wondering. Do they have a Dorne marriage? Do they have a Dorne border?
I would have to delete something. Here, let me delete the Beesbury sigil because we don't need to look at it anymore.
Oh, okay. No rush.
I'm literally chock full because we had 76.
That's what I wanted.
I just am legitimately curious about if they have.
No, let's find out. I don't think it's too far. Border. It's probably not very close. It's like just right into the reach. I'm pretty sure. Like it's
I thought it was closer to like
Ashford. Yeah, it's actually pretty far up. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's in the Dornish Marches, or maybe it's just right outside the Dornish Marches.
Yeah, that makes me wonder if they had a marriage. If they had a marriage, it's not far, but it looks like it's.
Dorne doesn't have a monopoly on sons, though. Like just because there's a sun doesn't.
Oh no, it was just an interesting question. The orange and the sun together.
Oh yeah, the orange.
It kind of feels like maybe it might have some Dorne crossover, but you never. It could be other stuff.
We do have more suns even in this one. And also think like Karstark is a sun. Has nothing to do with
you're right. The Reach is also a sunny place. Lots of crops and food,
lots
and
of plants,
and stuff,
lots of leaves and fruits and cats. There's a cat even later on. We're gonna see. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I was kind of hoping other people would show up, but I guess we have so much to do. You know what I've noticed in my tenure? See if you've noticed the same thing, Mr. Rando, of doing a Song of Ice and Fire content. There are 2 types of Reach houses, right? 2 types. Well, there's more than that, but 2 mostly. And the first one is the son of a Garth Greenhand house, right? Yeah. So it's like, oh, this was founded by Frank the Franklin, and he was the son of Garth the Greenhand, and he ate an apple and pooped out a berry, and that's why it's House Appleberry, right? And so there's that house, and then there's the 7 Sage Kings, right? I'm trying to remember.
That one I'm not familiar with.
Let me get here. House Gardner. I'm trying to remember this. It's when the Coming of the Andals. There's a I'm gonna find it.
So really quick, also as a side note to April Tyndall, no, it's not that people fled Dorne and Nymeria. It's that Nymeria comes to Dorne and they're fleeing is what's going on. And then they fight in some series of wars in Dorne and they unite with the Martells. And that's how they usurp the existing power balance and they subordinate House Huronwood or House Ironwood and a series of other competitors for good and
No,
solidify
bunch
Dorne
of
and
other
Martell rule.
competitors.
So she actually comes to Dorne with a bunch of ships, and they burn their ships afterwards, except for the ones who still live the Roynish life on the river, the green river.
Yeah,
people,
the Orphans of the Greenblood.
Orphans of the River. Yeah, there you go. Those ones. Like I think it's Dre. Is Dre that's who he is, or is it?
Is it Dre? I think it is.
Yeah, I thought Dre was an
I don't
orphan of
have that.
Greenblood.
I don't have
Maybe
that.
I'm wrong.
The
I don't
three
know. Maybe I'm
Sage
wrong.
Kings. Let me tell you something. Let me learn you something. The three Sage Kings were a trio of wise and cunning kings of the Reach from House Garner who peacefully dealt with the coming of the Andals to the Reach. The successive kings on the Oaken seat were Garth the Ninth, his son Merle the First. Did he get killed by the Dixie Chicks? Merle. And then Merle's son Gawain the Fifth. And then Maester Yandel writes that seldom had a conquest been achieved with less bloodshed. So it was the succession of these three kings that married all these Andals in, right? So sure, there's other houses, but the two major origins that you're going to see for Reach houses, because I cover them for my shorts all the time. Whenever I see like a cool sigil, I'm like, oh, I should cover that if there's anything. And whenever it's from the Reach, it's either, daughter of Garth the Green Hand, Florent the Fox or whatever, or it's came over as a Andal adventurer, and then because of the three Sage Kings, married a daughter of House blah blah, and that's how House whatever.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's interesting
like
how they kind of absorb
things.
they kind of absorb the Andals too. They don't really necessarily fight them so much as they kind of just pull them in.
There's only besides the Riverlands, which never had like a king stay for a long time. I mean, for a while, but you know what I'm saying. But like when you look at the houses that were around for pretty much from the coming of the Andals or before all the way up to the conquest, when you look at the main kingdoms, the only one that is taken over by an Andal is just the Vale, because the Lannisters were around before and they just eventually married so many Andals that they ended up having Andal blood. But they still stayed Lannisters, which was a first man house, which a lot of people don't give that credit. And then the Riverlands is, like I said, it's just a big mosh pit, right? The North stay first men. The Gardeners are first men. The Tyrells are not, right? But the Gardeners were. So, and then the Crownlands. So I guess it's only those three because then the Stormlands. Argilac is absolutely a first man. Like the Randans are definitely first man house. At least I believe so. So yeah, when people are thinking, the coming of the Andals, they took over everything. They took over the Vale, like half of the Vale, and then married everybody else. They're not as successful as people give them credit for. Was somebody talking about Phil Leotardo or something?
Yeah, let me tell you a couple of three things.
Oh, that's so good.
That's one of his quotes.
Did I say that?
No, it's Nick said it in the chat.
No, I was wondering where he pulled it, because I do say three things because I love.
Oh, you might have said it then.
I also say a lot from Phil Leotardo of just calling. I don't know. I just love Phil Leotardo. Like when he morphed into that house and yelled at him that one time.
Oh yeah, man, that was wild.
When he just becomes a house.
Hey, Ford, I think I'm a sofa.
It's better.
I know what you mean.
It's better than being an animal like that animal Blundetto.
Whatever happened there?
Whatever happened there? Oh my god! What's Sopranos? About his brother got shot in the face. Whatever happened there? Whatever happened there? You just recently, dude, do it, man. Oh yeah, that's so
I've never watched The Sopranos.
Get on it.
I'm totally
dude, I didn't watch The Sopranos until
it's on my to-do list. It's just been
at least it was like 2016. So I saw it well after it was a phenomenon.
It was about. I watched The Wire first too.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. I hear nothing but praise for The Sopranos and stuff like that. It's on my list and I've just never gotten around to it.
Yeah, don't walk into it with like the hype.
No, yeah.
And once you watch it a couple of times, you realize that it's not what you think it is.
I walked into it with the hype, but I didn't realize what it was. Like I walked into it thinking it was going to be like a Breaking Bad, dark, you know. I didn't realize it was funny, and I also didn't realize how art house it is. Like Sopranos is super art housey. Like there's a lot of dream sequences and stuff that you're not so sure, and even like kind of some paranormal stuff like kind of hidden here and there. And it was like I did not expect that.
Well, I'll have to take a peek sooner rather than later. I've been looking for some kind of new show to watch, but
it's interesting too because they only had enough money for 6 seasons, or like their contracts were only good for 6 seasons. Right. And David Chase was like, I really need a 7th season to wrap this up. And so all of the actors were like, why don't we just, because they would have to renegotiate their contracts, and according to like union rules, they would all have to get raises, and they couldn't afford it and all this stuff. So there's like 2 halves of season 6. There's season 6A and season 6B,
which are just 6 and 7,
just to technically get around the rules.
All right, let me drop this here.
House hernia.
No. Yeah, I don't got one.
I gave you a hint.
It's
I mean, why else would you have 3 balls?
I'm just dropping it here.
You're dropping it here?
Yeah.
House juggler.
No. You said it. Somebody's gonna say it in the comments. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Pushing up daisies. Ball.
House
ball.
I dropped the ball. Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a house ball.
Oh, really? You don't know about Quentin Ball, Fireball? Have you even heard about the lore, Rust?
Nope.
I mean, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, to be honest.
No, sorry, Rando, you have to be here for this, but let me make fun of Rust a little
Maybe
more.
because you are, as we say in Latin, a Dorcas Malorcus.
Yeah, you're a Dorcas Malorcus, you know that?
I know how to build an atom bomb. I just don't know how to purify uranium. That's the problem.
That's what stops me.
Wow, the level of list that Taco's show is on just got upgraded by like 3 or 4 grades. Dude,
that was like back in 2006. That was one of the very first Facebook groups that I created. It was titled, I know how to make an atom bomb. I just don't know how to refine uranium-235.
That's
so
yeah, no, yeah.
Don't hashtag CIA around here, Nick. The
CIA doesn't have jurisdiction on American soil. Fuck off.
Trump's going to get a brief about
domestic
terror, and he's gonna drone strike Taco's house and be like, "I'll give you something to talk about."
No, let me tell you about the one time I got a stream pulled down, and we didn't say like you need like shocking stuff. We were reviewing, it was on somebody else's channel, and we were reviewing Succession. And I just started talking because it was like an election was coming up in the show, and it was just how corrupt it was and how the American society is allowing you to bend rules and break laws and I just kind of went off. Me and another person went off about how corrupt our government was. And no one said any like, buzzwords. It was just an honest conversation. Next thing you know, we were getting texts like, hey, man, it went black. And we're like, what? It was taken down. And so after the rest of the season, whenever we were talked about Sopranos, whatever, like our government came up, and I'm like, and it's a very fair government and we have fair elections. Like we just like would refuse. Like, all right, apparently we can't say that anymore. What the heck? So anyways, I'm glad that I was smart enough to tell you guys about the one time a stream got taken down and telling you the story. Let's hope it doesn't happen here. Yeah, what do you guys think of House Ball?
I mean, I guess I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but it works. There you go.
Well,
I would have maybe called it House Balls, but
Quentin Ball was the master.
I mean, they're impressively smooth.
Oh my god.
What?
Quentin Ball, also known as Fireball, was Master at Arms at the Red Keep.
Cue Ball.
What?
His name's Quentin, so Cue Ball.
Oh, Quentin Ball. All right. Quentin Ball. It is Quentin Ball. Yeah, Glendon Ball's the other one. Quentin Ball, Master at Arms at Red Keep. It was one of the big proponents for pushing Daemon Blackfire into having the Blackfire Rebellion. So there's Aegor, Bitterstill Rivers, and Fireball were like the ones who like really kind of pushed Daemon Blackfire into starting the rebellion. And then right before the Battle of the Redgrass Field, Fireball gets killed.
Oof.
And
he takes an arrow to the face while he's trying to drink water
Oh.
or something goofy like that.
just like hanging out like right before the battle and gets nailed, which is really smart. like if I was, Blood Raven, I'd be like, hey, can you guys go shoot Fireball before we start?
That almost happened to Abraham Lincoln.
What?
He went to oversee one of the battles, and they don't know if it was an errant shot or if it was a sharpshooter, but somebody took his hat off.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
It's probably just because he's the biggest target.
Well, he was also like Abe Lincoln, and he was like on a battlefield dressed like Abe Lincoln, and people are like, "Is that Abe Lincoln?" Like you could tell Abe Lincoln from like 500 yards away. You know what I mean?
Hey, who's the guy who's not dressed like a general who's like 6'3" with a hat like 7 feet tall? Either that's Abe Lincoln or an idiot.
If you were a marksman on the battlefield, you would have basically no choice but to look at your buddies and be like, "Hey, want to watch me end this war?"
Yeah, but also on the battlefield with
that would be. I don't know. It was a History Channel thing when I was a kid, but I heard a relatively similar story about somebody potentially scoping Washington. They were an actual inventor of a marksman's rifle, and they were, I believe, testing it out to try to prove that it was good.
Like,
and they were taking pot shots at officers and stuff, and they were and then that was as was the way of the sharpshooters. And this person, more or less, at least like as the History Channel presented, they wrote in their diary that they put some like fancy looking officer that sounded a whole bunch like Washington the Sights and was like, "Nah, this is just a little too unsporting."
All right.
That's exactly what fucking Roose Bolton did when he went to take Moat Cailin back. Remember? He had someone fake, like dressed up like him, so that if they shot poison arrows, that they would.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because he shows up at Moat Cailin, and he's all in his armor, and the bastard goes to greet him and realizes that it's not him, and he's like, "What kind of fucking joke is this?" And then his dad is like 2 people behind, dressed like a peasant.
I completely forgot about that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Roose is definitely shrewd in the ways of not getting knocked off.
Roose is.
That
I gotta put Roose down as like a character we should talk about during a live stream. I'm better.
Oh hell yeah,
he's quite interesting.
Well, so I wanted to. I'll just tell you guys this now because we're just hanging out. But when it comes to live streams, I want to finally like kind of get a. God, no, I can't talk and look at one thing at the same time. I guess. There it is. I wanted to get like a list. I wanted to get like what word am I looking for? Like a oh my god, a system. I couldn't think of the word system. I want to get a system down because normally I just have like, every kingdom sigil, and then like I've been trying to get Are They Evil Part 2, but no one ever votes for it. So I wanted to get like this easier. So I finally have like places that I want to talk about, and then people I want to talk about, and then we've been doing the kings recently, and that one's been doing it really good. Like every king from the Iron Islands and every king of Winter. So now I'm just having a list of like people that are too big for me to make a normal video for, but for 3 hours and in a group of us, we can take them like what I did with Stannis. So and I made my list of the people I definitely want, and almost all of them were Targaryens. So I'm like, every time when you're like Roose, I'm like, oh, Roose is perfect. He's not Targaryen at all.
Not Targaryen at all.
Yeah, I have Ksenia, Maegor, Rhaena, and Jaehaerys on the list.
But remember, he might always be a secret Targaryen.
Yeah, everybody is.
Remember, sorry, my ears failed me earlier. What is the list for again?
For live streams.
Oh, okay. Did you live stream about the Blackfish already?
No.
So the Blackfish is one that I had plans to do a video on him, and then my editor deleted the intro that I had made, which was very funny, and I kind of like lost my focus on it for a
Yeah,
long
dude. It's like when you build a Lego and somebody takes it apart without telling you. And
Yeah, I
you
just
can't
kind of killed my
build it
thunder on
again.
that video, but
Yeah.
but I plan to come back to it eventually. But I would love to talk about him on a live stream because he is fascinating.
I can add the Blackfish.
Yeah,
I think he's too big for.
I would love to talk about the Blackfish because honestly, I have a lot of trouble separating him from the show.
Yeah,
guy. So I would love to sit here and talk about the book Blackfish.
Yeah,
the
sure.
book Blackfish. I would have to go back and do a little bit of catch up reading and stuff like that. But I thought that there was lots of elements in the early show that were not horrible. So I want to say that there was a lot of parts of him in the show that actually did capture the book him.
Well,
when he says he can't even remember why he's called the Blackfish anymore, that was like, come on, man.
That's very dumb. Yeah, there were certain dumb lines, but the arrow shooting was a bit off and stuff. But there was lots of things.
Yep.
They skipped out his whole first part. I was waiting for you to stop talking.
Yeah.
Literally,
Nick Grimes also hot take. The Blackfish is not gay. The Blackfish is actually an ace. He's asexual. He's the ace of fish.
Oh yeah. I believe that. Yeah.
He's an ace.
Yeah.
No, he's a salmon. So he has to swim. He has to swim up the stream to go spawn in the exact same place that he was born, and he can only do it right before he dies.
Aren't they trouts? Or are they salmon?
Salmon. I mean, maybe trout might be. It's salmon.
They're trouts. They're trouts.
Do you catch trout in the ocean?
They're not in the ocean. They're in the riverlands.
Yeah, in fresh.
No, we're talking about salmon though. Salmon breed in the rivers, then they go out into the ocean, and then they come back and breed.
Yeah, they're a leaping trout.
You can catch them.
I looked it up right now.
River, right? Or no?
The tully is a leaping trout.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking. I thought you were saying something else was a trout. My bad.
Yeah, tullies are definitely trouts, though. That's for sure. Like,
yeah, tullies are trouts. All right, we have like 65 of these left. So, which one did we just do?
We're only 40 minutes in.
Yeah, we're totally getting our asses kicked.
Yeah, we're on pace. I think we're on pace.
I don't know. I don't want to think too much about it because I don't think we are. Which one did we just do? Was Ball the last one? We had to have done one since Ball.
Ball was the most recent, I believe.
Holy crap, that's not recent at all. All right, let's save that really awesome one for later. Let's do a lame one here that no one's gonna know. You guys look at this one.
House Y.
House Y wood, yeah.
House.
That's House Ironwood with a Y.
House Woody with a Y.
Close.
What?
Wood is in the name.
House Woodsbury.
Not House Woodsbury.
House Woodling.
House Redwood would be funny. No. Here, I'll give you a hint. It's not House Left. Not House Wood Left.
What?
It's not House Wood Left.
Not House Wood Left? What?
So if it's not House Wood Left, it's
House Wood Right?
House Not Right.
Yeah, House Not Right.
House Wood Right.
Stood Left.
House Right Wood? House Wood Right?
House Wood Right.
Okay, so it was House
Oh.
It's House Wood Far Right.
Oh, that was funny.
House Woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
How many monks could a chipmunk chip if a chipmunk could chipmunks?
I shouldn't make that joke. It's political. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'm guessing at least one or two if they had a reasonable sized chipper.
Yeah,
I had
a small enough monk.
My dad hand feeds the chipmunks in the yard here. It's hilarious.
That's how you get rabies.
that's I got bit by a squirrel doing that and had to go through the rabies shit. But yeah.
Ooh, that sounds
Brennus the brown shield. I had that during our personal ones. It's just a brown shield.
All right, what's another one? Throw another one at us. We got a bunch to get through. Let's hit up a couple.
Well, what do you think about Woodwright?
I just think it's just generic and weird, and I don't like it.
Well, Taina here lists the Woodwrights brothers, Portifer and Lucatin. Wow.
One of the rules of a good flag.
I am talking Rust.
Yes.
To get through. Taina Amir lists these two dudes from House Woodwright as a household knights who seek favor with Marjorie Tyrell. That's everything we know about them. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so the pardon the interruption. So one thing that makes a really good flag, and I think this would apply to sigils, is if a child or any person can draw it really easily.
Yeah.
Right. So like the flag of Chicago, for example, right? Like it's just like 3 stars on like a white background with 2 blue stripes, and like it's hugely popular in Chicago. Like when like a cop dies, they don't have an American flag on their coffin. They've got like a Chicago flag. They sell coffee and like Chicago flag cups because they have a really awesome fucking flag. And I think this one is a really good sigil because anybody can draw it.
Oh yeah, it's 4 red stars.
Yeah.
That's
wait,
awesome.
is Chicago 4 stars? Is that what Nick's saying?
Yeah, I looked it up. It's just 4 stars. 4 stars, Bucko. When
Look at Nick correcting you.
It's what.
I had no idea. I did not know
the Chicago flag.
Yeah, it's 4 red stars. I could.
Oh, no stripes even. Yeah.
No, it's blue stripes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like the blues. Yeah. Here, I'll
So
yeah.
No, I have a joke before we move on. No.
Okay.
Wait,
all right. What's the joke? What's the joke?
When it's not that good. When a cop dies in Chicago, do they play Cult of Personality?
I don't get it. What is
it's a wrestling joke.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't watch wrestling. See, joke went right over my head. Just
they'll get buried with a 2-liter of Pepsi at their head and feet.
What?
A 2-liter of Pepsi at their head and feet.
Oh, is that like a line?
Oh, that's CM Punk. He's got the Pepsi tattoo.
Oh, God, my wife saw his tattoos for the first time. Now I'm trying to remember it was a T-shirt artist that everybody wore their T-shirts in like the.
Jeff Hardy.
No, not Jeff Hardy.
Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy. Yeah, Leslie, my wife. I don't think I ever said her name before. I try not to. My wife's like, "Wow, is he just got Ed Hardy tattoos?" And I was like, "I've never made that connection before." He totally does. Yeah, so when he comes out, Rando, the Cult of Personality plays, and it's like the biggest pop because CM Punk is super over. So if CM Punk shows up, everyone loses their mind. Yeah, there you go, Chicago flag.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So what's
and that's a great freaking flag.
It is
a really good flag.
Yeah, like a Mussolini.
And Kennedy.
I like my wrestling fandom is skewed because I love Jim Cornette so much. So like because he says anytime they're reviewing a match and CM Punk comes out, instead of saying and then CM Punk comes out, he just goes and then like a Mussolini, and then he improvs after that like like a Mussolini and an angry Punky, like you just. So now I can't watch it without yelling that really loud. Anyways, let's do doing these. Do this one.
Okay, so that's not House Tyrell. That's House Byrell.
Yes.
2 rows.
House Byrell.
They're bisexual?
Yep, bisexual.
Okay.
We can go home now.
No, I don't honestly know. 2 roses. Who is 2 roses?
Well, who's the second son?
The second son of Garth Greenham? The second son of Tyrell? I'm like, I don't know.
Who's the second son of Tyrell's?
The second son of Tyrell's was what's his name who got all his beautiful face burnt off.
No,
that's the third
Loris
son.
was the third son.
Who's the second?
It's Garland. Garland's the second.
Garland. What did Garland get?
I thought Garland was the first.
Yeah,
No,
Garland
Willis is
gets
the
Brightwater
first.
Keep, right? That's the symbol of
So
Brightwater.
put it all together.
Okay, I don't know. I thought you would have been using the old symbol of Brightwater, the legit symbol of Brightwater.
The Florence sigil? Boo.
Yeah, the Florence
Boo.
sigil of Brightwater.
Oh man, this is House Tyrell of Brightwater Keep.
All right, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's House Tyrell of Brightwater Keep. There we go. I knew it all
You don't
along.
have to get mad about it, Random. Get so fucking defensive.
Yes, Willis is number 1.
All right,
That's what I
thank
couldn't remember.
God we
Willis
can
is the
finally
first
start the stream because everybody's favorite cowboy / detective is here.
Hey.
All right, let's start
How
all
we
over.
doing?
Well, we got
we gotta go back to the beginning.
we got 70 sigils, and I think we've done, I don't know, 5, 6.
Yeah, we done like
Oh,
4,
good.
if even, maybe 3 or something.
No, I think we did more than 4.
Been creeping
Good
through
to-
them.
I've been deleting.
Good to
them.
know we're on part 1 of 3.
Yeah, so we dropped the ball already, and then we just covered this one, House Tyrell, Brightwater Keep,
Okay.
and then what else? We did 2. I'm trying to remember which one did we start off with. I deleted them all already.
We started with Beesbury.
Beesbury.
Beesbury was number 1.
And then you went to Ashford.
And then Ashford.
We did Ball, and then we did
I think we
something
did
else.
one between Ashford and Ball, but
Did we?
I was fully kidding.
No,
about
because
needing
then
to
we
start
did House
over.
Woodsworth. Or
I
Woodsbury
know.
or
I was just talking.
House Woods Wayne.
You're Michael, you're so handsome. I just get confused.
I have that effect on people.
All right, let's do a dumb one. Oh, we did wood.
Gray
Yeah,
squirrel.
and we did Woodwright. All right,
Fuck,
what do you
this
guys
one
got?
I almost
for?
feel like I have from the tip of my tongue, and I just can't fucking remember it.
Is this one
Here, let
of
me-
bad feeds?
Here, let me see. Put it on my tongue.
House Baby Squirrel. No, I
Russ
don't
does
know.
weird stuff, dude. Russ gets into some stuff.
You're welcome.
I feel like if I told Russ that, like,
do you watch Bob's
Oh, sorry.
Burgers, Rust?
So my it's my partner's comfort show, so it's on in the background quite often.
you know, being a New
Remember the
Englander,
one where
I
they're
feel
on
like
the
you
game
have
show?
to.
Do you remember the one where they're on the game show?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
family
yeah.
fracas, and then like the producer is talking to the host, and he's like, "All right, now, kiss it into my mouth, or whatever." Or no, he asked Bob, I think, "Did you kiss it into his mouth or something?"
Oh, I don't remember that. I remember that episode.
That's what made me think of.
But Russ, I would
with
think
the
Bob's
producer,
Burgers
he was
would
trying
be
to
like
kiss everybody.
like New England. You need to watch it, like, because it feels so, because they're like on a wharf in, like, I'm assuming.
No, it's a good show, and I enjoy it. But like, I just prefer Futurama as well.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
I
I love
Bob's Burgers.
Futurama, but
think
that doesn't mean I don't
enjoy
watch other
Bob's Burgers
shows.
way more than Futurama. Not that I don't like Futurama, but
all right.
Well, so basically, it's like this. See, my comfort show is Futurama. My partner's comfort show is Bob's Burgers. Our combined comfort show is American Dad.
Oh, there you
So-
go. What do you got for this?
American Squirrel.
Yes, it's South American Squirrel. You're fired.
Is it
No,
House
I
Gray
honestly can't think
something?
of it.
What, Michael?
Is it House Gray
House-
something?
House
No,
Gray
it's
Squirrel.
not House Gray something.
And
And it is actually, believe it or not, featured in the books.
yeah, that's why I'm saying this one I can
House
remember
Nut.
existing. This
Um,
was the house that we should all know.
There's a guy with the first name Otten, who is a ranger of the Night's Watch.
Yeah.
And then there was a first guy with the first name William, who is a captain of the guard for Queen Marjorie Tyrell.
Fuck.
And no, his name's
Merryweather,
not
is that-
Alpha. It's
Otten,
not Merryweather.
no, it's no,
Otten sounds like a Merryweather.
If you put a tourniquet on something and you leave it on for way too long, what happens to your arm?
Oh, you Googled it, you piece of crap.
Yeah, I did.
You fucking
I'm giving hints.
I should take away all your
Yeah, you
screen
got
time.
to take away Russ. You got to take away Russ' Google privileges and internet connection while he's on stream.
Dude, you should. No, you have the
It's like when I call like customer support for my cell phone, and I'm like, "Hey, my cell phone won't turn on." And their first question is like, "Okay, are we talking on the device that we're talking over that we're troubleshooting?" It's like I just told you, you can't turn on.
I know there's somebody in the Night's Watch named Otten. I remember the score. I just can't remember.
I
You're gonna
have a
to give it
hint,
to me unless Michael can get it.
but it's super down. It's super downfield. All right.
no,
Run.
it's not.
No,
that
no,
bad.
I got a hint.
We should.
I got
know
a
it.
hint. You guys play Boulder's Gate at all?
Mhm.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say it's the name of the lich you find who stays at your camp. Same name.
What
Oh,
now?
all right, here I got one. Who's the old man who runs the haunted amusement park that Scooby Doo has to catch?
What?
It's as a Wayne's World reference.
Oh.
Well,
Is it
okay, I was
Otten
gonna say
Waynesworth?
like
Is it
there's
Waynesworth?
at least 70 guys that Scooby Doo has to catch because they have haunted amusement parks.
Wait,
It's like
is
the
it
only
Waynesworth
economically functioning business in Scooby Doo land
Wayneswright?
is haunted amusement parks.
It's not that functioning because they're always having to like scare people into it or have some weird
Yeah.
gimmick. No, it's House Withers.
Withers.
And it's Old
Jesus
Man Withers,
Christ.
the guy who owns
Otten
the haunted
Withers. Yeah,
amusement
no,
park.
yeah. See, this is what I mean. We should have known this one.
Yeah, you would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you stinking kids.
Oh, God damn it.
Good one, Shaggy.
God damn it.
Yeah.
See, we should have remembered this one. This,
Yeah,
this,
dude,
this
Withers
one
is
was
great.
within our grasp. But
I love Withers. It's an awesome sigil, awesome name, and the
Yeah.
art that you can find for Otten Withers
isn't doesn't he have an opinion about attacking the wildlings? Isn't he part of that
They
conversation?
all have opinions. But
No, but what isn't
No,
he
he's
part
dead.
of like
I think
the
he dies during
conversation
the-
where they're all weighing the pros and cons about it and they're all saying hilarious things?
No. He's died way before that.
Oh, he's died. Okay, so he
dies in the fist.
He's not there when they take.
You ready
their
for this
original
art?
300. Their
Once you
original
see this
300,
art,
they
you'll never
attack with a
forget.
fist. He's not there on the fist.
No, he dies on the fist.
Okay.
Oh.
But no,
Yeah, so I think he might be part of that conversation where they're all ranting
my
about
God.
what they should do. You know.
all right, I'll tell you everything there is. He's part of the Great
Oh.
Ranging, leaves Castle Black. Oh, he's one of the commanders of the Night's Watch of Fight of the Fist. He urges to retreat. When
Yeah,
one of the
he's
masses
he's
are
a
discovered. Okay.
retreat. He's a retreat voice. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. I knew he was part of that talk.
All right, but can I?
I'm on the attack
Can I
side of
show
that.
you-
I'm personally with who the fuck was the commander who was like, we could take him with 300 wolves versus 10,000 sheep. Who can? I'm like, yeah.
I don't know, but that's stupid. Here, can I show you this art? Because you'll never forget Otten Withers again.
Go for it.
I better credit it too. Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
Why is he purple?
I
He's
don't
like
know, but it's awesome.
The hunchback of Notre
Withers, Hunch Withers that nurture Ottens.
The
This is
hunchback
art
of
by
Nitro Watch.
Ben Piggott. Thank you, Ben Piggott, because I love this art for Otten Withers.
Yeah, he's got that acorn on the sword, which is dope. I like
Oh,
that.
does it? Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
sick.
it's an acorn. It's an acorn pommel, which would also incidentally be probably not super fun to get pommel struck by because look at that little pointy on top.
Oh yeah, the little pointy is gonna do damage for
Yeah,
sure.
the little point would hurt you.
Little pointy, really hit you right in the acorn if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Old Man Jenkins? No, Old Man Withers.
Old Man Withers. Yeah.
It's weird that Otten Withers owned that amusement park and then gave it up to take the black.
I know, right? Well, that's probably what happened. They caught him, and then he had to give it up and take the black.
Yep, that's it. So it's like, why'd you take the black? Oh,
Yeah.
because I got caught doing
That's-
this. Why'd you do it? Because of
Yeah,
those
that's
dang
what happens
meddling
at the
kids.
end of every Scooby-Doo episode, and they don't tell you about it. Is the person is forced to take the black?
Yeah. All right. Here I got another. I got a way out there reference again. If you don't know this one, I got a hint.
Oh yeah,
Check it out
I
there.
do not know this one, but it looks fucking badass.
It is sick.
Is there something about that wouldn't be like Penny Tree?
No, this isn't anything.
Okay.
Penny
No.
Trees and Riverlands.
Yeah.
No, so the description is a field of copper nails on blue and a copper border. So yeah, sick.
It's
It's
not
Opera.
that game where you jump the pegs until there's only one left.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
no,
it
I was gonna say in the chat we got House Golf Tea from Brother Blake, and I was like,
Oh,
I'm gonna be playing that. I'm gonna be playing that table game soon. My girlfriend said she wanted to go pegging, and I said sure. So
That's not what she meant.
what?
That's not what she meant when she said that. I'm sorry.
But I've been practicing my strategiries all week.
Well,
Yeah,
you
the
should be
other
practicing
thing,
something
that
else.
we could say is, be like,
You should be
be
getting
like
ready. All right. You guys want my hint?
well, I was to say, does this have to do with roofing? Is this like house roofing?
No, not at all. It has nothing to do with the sigil.
All right, go for it. Give us a hint.
What's
Go
It
the
has
town?
nothing.
What's the town in Illinois that all the John Hughes movies take place?
Boise.
No. Boise's in Idaho.
No, all the John Hughes movies take place. That's like the 16 Candles and shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
60 Candles takes place here. Breakfast Club takes place here.
Yeah,
Ferris
Breakfast Club.
Bueller's
Yeah,
Day here, but
it's all
goes
the
into
shit
Chicago.
Kevin Smith we like to watch. All right, what the fuck is that town? I should
And
know
then
this.
Jay and Silent Bob. I only know it because Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah,
don't
no,
try
that's
to
what
go
I mean.
there to still
I
leave there.
I should know this because
I just thought it was Chicago, honestly. So
I probably the only
The
person
Chicago
here.
suburb.
I have a Cardinal Glick tattoo. I should fucking know this deep Kevin
Yeah,
Smith lore,
you
and
have
I
a
don't
Cardinal
know.
Glick tattoo. You should
What?
know a Dogma reference, Dan.
Yeah, no. Everyone always thinks it's some person in the clergy, and I'm like, yes, it's the Pope.
Dude, Cardinal Glick.
I know
Would've been the Pope.
he's absolutely the best.
The Rosary
Did
gives
we
it
do
away.
Chicago Pope jokes yet?
No, not yet.
I literally found out we had a new pope by people making memes about how the Bears got a pope before they got a 4,000-yard pass. So
yeah,
that's
I
how
saw
I found
that.
out.
like I knew that they were going into conclave, but the fact that it only took 2 days was like, okay, that was boring. You know?
I wasn't even expecting the smoke signals. Like I wasn't paying attention yet. I thought it would take
Yeah.
longer. And I saw the memes.
It was
I'm
like
wait.
really quick.
Yeah.
Because I heard in the same day I heard that they started the conclave, and then I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about that for 2 weeks. And then I found out,
Yep.
like, wait, what?
So-
Yeah, it was like the second vote or something, and that was it.
Yeah, dude, he nailed it.
I did use some Google, and the Google told me Shermer was the town of 16
Shermer,
candles.
House Shermer.
So it's House Shermer. Okay.
Yeah, Shermer and
Hmm.
LA. Yeah.
Is that where Sherbert comes from?
No,
Now, why the copper nails? Is this a reference to one of those movies or something, or like?
we know nothing. Yes.
It's a reference to a John Hughes movie.
Yeah, John Hughes. You guys don't know
16 copper nails.
Yeah, Breakfast Club 2, Copper Nails. Holy crap! The name of their town. They're from Smithyton. That's amazing.
Smithyton.
Smithyton. That's
Smithyton.
I wonder if they
fantastic.
have a smithy there.
Probably not. That's where all the Smithies come from. They don't have any goals in Goldtown anymore.
Yeah, in Smithy,
They don't have any
they
olds in
everything
Old Town.
but the Smithy. It's quite deceiving.
Oh, they got plenty of olds in Old Town, man. They got the Citadel.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
Leighton. He's old as fuck.
Yeah, it's literally not even that old of a town. That's just where all the old people go. It's
Yeah.
the,
Yeah,
it's, the
it's like
newest town in the
Miami.
reach.
Yeah. Actually,
Like the near Death Star in Futurama.
Actually,
The
the
near
old town
Death
is
Star.
slightly further south in the new town. It's a confusing setup they got going on there. But that
I work on a farm and we have areas of the farm
We
that are
can-
specified
We can
by
tell.
old barn.
hang on a minute, Michael. You actually work on a farm?
No,
Yeah.
it's not just
Oh.
show, dude. He actually is that guy. It's not a bit.
I just didn't know. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I could imagine you in any number of vocations, but still dressed like this, like like
Yeah.
an astrophysics class, or like
What are you raising?
selling motorcycles.
No, let him
like,
tell the story before we.
Maybe you work at like a local a gas station. I don't know. I can see any number of different
Yeah.
positions, but still
I
dressed.
don't know what
like
his
this.
job
Just
is, but I know he
amazing.
sells weed on the
Because
side.
I worked on a self-sustaining like commune farm for 2 years, and we raised mostly swine, but also some beef.
Okay.
What do you
What were
raise?
gonna say, Michael? We ripped you to shreds here. What were you going to say?
Various animals, but the point I was going to say is we have one area that's referred to as the new barn, and then one that's referred to as the old barn. And the new barn, I want to like make a video at one point, and be like, hey, you see this very old barn? This is the new barn. Here is the old barn. It doesn't exist anymore. It's just an old stone
that's
silo where there
so
used to be a
funny.
barn. Like the old barn
Here's the
hasn't
old
existed
barn.
in 20 years.
Funny.
Dude, my cousins who live at the end of the street here inherited a house from my great aunt when she passed, and it's got a barn on the back that is like just too dangerous to even walk into. It's so rotted out,
Oh, no.
and so they like went to get a permit to tear it down, and they're like, "No, this is too historical. You either have to restore it or let it fall down on its own."
I'm going to answer
So-
the question. Nobody Nobody is from House
like,
Shermer.
what if you what
Shut
if you
up
just, like,
for a second.
tied a rope to one
Quiet,
piece of the
please.
barn and pulled it down?
wanna
and
talk
it
now.
Falling down on its own.
No one is from House Shermer. The only thing we know about them is that they pledged for Renly.
Okay.
And I was just yelling at random to shut up, and he didn't notice, which is good because I was not mad at me.
You're actually very quiet by comparison to everyone else.
That never happened. Am I that quiet?
Yeah. By compared to Russ.
No, I heard you.
Russ is like 3 or 4 times louder than 3
You
or
got
4
me in a
times
pain.
louder.
Rusty's mic is just louder than RIG and you, I think.
Yeah.
Mine is?
RIG's quiet compared to Russ too. You are, but I don't know.
Yeah,
where
Russ,
that-
Dude, I've
I
never
think
been
is
called
Russ,
quiet
I think
in
is
my
the highest
fucking
volume.
life.
Taco's the lowest volume. Then it's like
It-
me and Michael in the middle.
Yeah, it's not you being quiet. It's like some sort of input volume thing.
I got power.
Is this better? I turned it up.
I don't know.
No?
He's not talking, so
Yeah, I can position my microphone
sounds
slightly
actually-
closer to myself.
it sounded a little
Is
quieter.
that better? Does
somebody
that sound better?
got
Is that
louder.
better? I turned mine up.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just put my
Oh, I think
microphone-
random internet guy got louder. That's who it is.
Oh my god, that's the last guy. All right, it's an
Yeah,
hour
watch,
in.
I'll go in here and turn the volume.
yeah, this is
up.
a good
No, I'm
time to
just kidding.
audio
I don't know if I can do
troubleshoot.
that.
Yeah, it's an hour in, so I'm going to tell everybody again. If you have a question that you for sure want us to answer or just a comment, please send in a super chat. Or if you want to donate without a super chat, right here, PayPal at Taco Bout. And also, if you want to tell me if you do that, because I'm not looking at my phone. But it's also link is in the description. And yeah, it really does get quiet when random stops talking.
Okay, so I'm going to adjust my
Well, you're
microphone
doing your
volume.
pitch.
Am I still pretty? Am I still louder than everybody?
You're pretty loud, dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
Michael, you
How's
should
this?
do a Michael.
Fine.
You should do a Michael Farms About stuff,
Dude,
Is
I
this
would
any better?
Yeah, I would watch.
Yeah, chat is correct. Michael Farms About stuff would be fun.
All right, Russ, go ahead and talk.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, you sound good.
it sounds good.
All right, is that a good volume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just I noticed that you could turn it down in the settings. So.
Yeah, that or you should do an analysis of Ice and Fire from like a agricultural perspective and be like,
Yep.
this is,
I have
Oh my
thought
God.
about just like reading random stuff about like trees and weirwoods just out in the middle of the woods, but
You have
Like
done
when
that.
Augustus
you,
Caesar was like,
Oh, you mean like doing it? Because I've
Oh.
heard you. I hear you talk about sentinel trees and just the names of trees being associated.
no,
with
like explaining and
things
being like,
that.
yeah, today we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna explain what weirwoods are to this birch tree because they look kind of like a weirwood.
Yeah, but you don't want to tell the weirwoods. Maybe they're gonna like revolt or something if they find
yeah,
out.
you
that-
gotta call it talking to the trees or something like that.
I'll be like, hey, trees,
What?
in this book, this guy who wrote this book clearly understands more about how conscious you are than most people do. Like he knows that you guys talk to each other about shit.
I
Like he
grew up
knows.
like right by a park that had a crap ton of sunflowers, and I literally thought because I watched sunflowers move with the sun every single day, because we
Yeah.
would walk back and forth from school and we would see the sunflowers facing different directions. I thought they
Yeah.
were fucking sentient for like a like I thought
I mean,
sunflowers could look at
I'm
you
pretty sure they are.
for like
dude.
a while. Like more than most
Wait.
people think. I'm just saying I thought that
They
were
are.
like, hey,
They
man,
are
what's
way
up?
more than most people think. Like when you cut your lawn, they can like hear it screaming like
Wow.
a while later. If you know how plants yell.
yeah,
Like,
exactly like a lobster.
I've been waiting to show. All right, that's an hour in, so let's get moving. I've been waiting to do this one because I think one of my favorite streams I've ever done with Michael and whoever else was there was our coming up with the words for the sigils. Who
Oh,
else
yeah.
was on that? Was Rust? Were you there? You don't really miss.
I
one.
might have been, dude.
Russ-
You can't
Russ
ask
was
me to
there.
remember things.
I think he was.
But Michael, do you remember the words?
Like you
we
tell
came
me
up
the
with?
topic before we start, and I'm just like, okay.
We've been 10 minutes into one, and you've asked. Like
Yeah.
I've read like 3 slides about Stannis. You're like, so what's this about? All right. Do you remember the words we came up with for this house?
Pew pew pew.
Yeah, pew pew pew. This is my favorite.
Yeah, the words for this house were "Don't
Pew,
be the
pew,
tallest
pew.
brother."
Don't be the tallest brother. Yeah. Do you remember the name of this house?
Excuse me, House Triple Lightning Bolt.
Nope.
Well, that's what the
No
sigil
idea.
says.
If I'm
So-
really good in bed, would you say I? That's a really weird one. That's not gonna work.
Everything I could say to finish that sentence is not the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, my response
what
was going to be
immediately
even
comes to
worse.
mind
I
is
was
not
House
just going to say House
Gigolo?
Stalker.
Oh, morning, Christy. We got here. What's up, yo?
Oh, hey.
About time. We can
Hey,
really
how's it going?
now.
How's it going?
It's I'm really good in bed. I house lay good. No?
Is that what
Jesus
it is?
Christ.
It's
I'm
House
tired.
Laygood. It's House
It's House
Laygood. That's
Laygood.
what it was. Okay.
If you want a new dad joke I came up with, I can tell you. So I was working on my House Satin video, my remake for my House Satin video. I filmed it today. And
House Satin?
No, not House Satin, just for Satin.
Oh,
A remake for Satin.
my bad.
And Satin is John's Stewart. So I came up with did you guys know that Satin hosts the Daily Show? Because he's Jon Stewart. Thank you, Russ. Russ just.
Yes, Russ. You do appear to be quieter now.
Wow.
Your volume does seem lower.
I mean,
Thank you.
It started making me laugh, and then I eventually just got really hurt.
No, that is pretty good. Like,
I thought it was good.
That's
you gotta like.
it's a stretch, and I like it.
Well, you gotta lead into the right. You gotta lead into it the right way, and then just full on be like, and now time for the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and then you
Satin shows
just
up.
Have Satin photoshopped over Jon Stewart's head, like,
And then
Satin just walks out to the audience with a boiled haunch of mutton.
Half the fandom yells. John's banging him, and then the other half yells, he's a girl.
Find the Bardcore remix of the Daily Show theme.
All right.
And then get like an animation of
And they're
Satin,
fucking ravens
like,
flying around
the
the audience the entire time, like screaming his name and pooping on you.
What were we just?
Come on!
We were just talking about an election. I was gonna make the joke of it. Oh, and then a raven comes in and yells corn.
yeah.
I mean, that's the only I'm pretty set in my ways of who I'm gonna vote for. But if a raven popped in at the polling place and started yelling one of the candidates' name, I'd probably vote for it.
Well, I mean, a bird landed on Bernie Sanders and America didn't care. So
yeah, I cared.
Unrealistic by George R.R. Martin that anyone cared about the bird.
Well, he didn't yell like death. Bernie, like he didn't yell the.
I guess it's true. Yeah, the Bernie bird failed to scream Bernie.
Like,
that was the real missing
Finch,
part. If the bird
like lands on the
Bernie,
podium
and you
the
see right timeline again,
and you see like Bernie's eyes roll back, and he like wargs into the fucking into the sparrow.
All right, this is actually probably my favorite. Sigil, and probably just because of a character from here, is just super metal. What do you guys got for this one?
House closed door.
Yes,
as
we're
opposed
going
to
home.
Hodor, right?
Yep.
Closed
Closed door.
Yeah.
Close the door.
No,
House Bowser, because it looks like the door you go in.
Yeah.
Old Mario.
House final level.
House final level.
Yeah, like that is where Bowser is.
I don't know if this
Bowser.
guy's name's on this, so I don't want to give it away. I got the picture, but I don't want to give it away. Let me look something up.
I don't know. It's not coming to me.
I'm not.
So there's a guy at Ashford Meadow from this house, and he's just only his first name. Here, I'll show you the picture. This dude. And he's just so metal. I love him, and I love this house.
Yeah, cannot remember.
Robin.
Yeah, I figured.
Brave Sir Robin ran away. He bravely ran away.
Robin laid an egg, and Batmobile lost.
Robin laid an egg. Sir Robin laid an egg.
Yes,
Batmobile.
I can't remember who did it, but there was like
so
a very
good.
long YouTube exploration of like the linguistics behind that song, like which different countries finish the song Robin laid an egg versus like what comes after Robin laid an egg.
Batmobile lost his will, and Joker does ballet, or Joker got away. I've heard
if you go back to that picture, Sir Robin has like an intense amount of neck, like a Cardassian amount of neck.
Yeah, dude. He looks like he looks like he's a retired lineman.
Yeah.
Or retired what?
Yeah, he
Lineman.
lost a little bit of it, but he still got the frame.
You ever notice like O linemen or even defensive linemen, like once they retire, their arms and shoulders go down, but their necks stay. Like,
Yeah.
Hey. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you must go to like rock concerts and just blow everyone's mind.
You know, that's actually they discovered that. You know the cultures where the women do the neck ring things to like extend their necks. For the longest time, like we were taught that they were like separating the vertebra, and that like if they ever took the rings off, like they wouldn't be able to hold their head up.
Yeah.
And finally, an anthropologist went over and was like, "Hey, do you mind taking it off and letting us take a look at it?" And they were like, "Sure." And she pulls it off, and all it did was push her rib cage down. Like she was perfectly fine. Like they took X-rays, her spine was perfectly normal. Like it was just shoved her rib cage down. That was it.
That this guy has rings normally, and this is the day he takes the rings off.
Well, it could be that he just no longer works the shoulders.
Yeah,
and so his ears, his neck and his ears look bigger by comparison.
Did he? You know what? No
because
one
he stopped because he's not juicing anymore.
No, I'm far more distracted by wanting to know, Russ. So wait, did those people have shorter torsos then rather than longer necks? Like it didn't.
Yes,
it
exactly.
Shortened the torso.
Exactly. It compressed the torso downwards.
That makes a weird
crazy.
Amount of sense.
Yeah.
That, like, oh, rather than growing taller, we'll just take what space we have and shrink the rest, huh?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Weird.
So, and like the thing is that for so long, so many anthropologists had so confidently said what was going on inside there, and then one of them shows up and it's just like, "Hey, can I look?" And they were like, "Oh, yeah, we were wrong."
So what do we got for house cellar door?
Yeah, I don't really got anything. You know,
no, I got nothing.
House Black Rock.
Riesling.
What now?
Riesling or Riesling? I don't know how you want to
Riesling or
like
Riesling?
a wine?
That's House Riesling. House Riesling.
Yeah.
How's it spelled?
Oh, Riesling. Okay, no, I get you.
RHYSLING.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
RHY. Yeah, I know. It's fucking George. George can spell like Tom with 5 Y's somehow. You know?
Yeah. I saw a random post just making fun of like someone's real life name, and they had done their baby name, right? And they had done the George thing where they did the AE.
Oh,
like, and it's just like I can't even remember what it was, but I was just like, they did George naming convention in real life.
Like Mark with a Q.
Yeah.
Oof. Instead of Richard, it's Rickard. Oh.
If you went to Starbucks and you said my name is Mark with a Q, then they would hand you a cup that just said Quark.
Yeah, I saw that.
No, they would hand you a cup that just said Q, and then Q from Star Trek would take it, and they wouldn't even stop him.
All right, do you guys wanna?
They'd hand you a cup that just says Q, and then a guy in a flannel comes up really interested in talking conspiracies with you.
Yeah, that's how it's coming a mile away. All right, do you guys want to?
They hand you a cup that just says Q, and a guy comes out. He pulls his sunglasses down a little bit, and he's like, "Where we go?" We go,
three guys you don't want to talk to are suddenly very interested in chatting.
I know you guys are like 3 guys you don't want to talk to, but like half of those guys are related to me. Like,
why do you guys have gunpowder under your fingernails?
And everyone on your Facebook is nice.
Your house in Dorne is actually controlling Bloodraven.
Yeah. Do you guys want an animal, a plant, a fruit, not to be confused with a plant?
I'd like a mineral.
All right. So what's our next one?
Yeah, I'm asking. Do you want an animal?
I'd like do you have any minerals?
Okay.
I don't think we have any minerals.
No. Let's do an animal. Give us an animal.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do a really good one here. Let's do an easier one. Just be nice. I'll be nice. We got about this guy.
House Foxflower.
Right?
House Florin. Yeah, you guys fucking got that one.
Got it.
Here, let's fire some.
That was all me.
All right. Florent the Fox. That was trying to remember the name of the green hand lady for House Florent. Flores the Fox. Does anyone have it in the top of their head?
The what?
The daughter of Garth the Green Hand that founded House Florent.
No, not a fucking clue.
Something the Fox.
So really quick, the one really important point about House Florent, like if this was the modern times, House Florent is like where the furries would hang out at, right? Like, am I right with that one?
Where the
what would hang out?
The furries.
Oh, the furries. I don't know, dude. Furries are actually everywhere. You just don't know. I mean, there's probably 2 on this stream right now.
I'm just saying, the Fox House. I just feel like that's where you'd find them.
I know that when I go to my local smaller con, it's like Comic-Con but much smaller. It's called CoreCon. There's fan rooms. We did one once. One year we did a fan room, but every year where the furries hang out is the fan room just called Zoo. And it's just a rave. It's just really sugary alcoholic drinks and just techno music.
I almost got kicked out of a Discord server because they thought that furries were sexual, like nothing but sexual.
Yeah, they're not nothing but sexual.
Yeah, they kept telling me that they were like, you got to stop. They were like, it was a Star Trek server, and they're like, we let people like as young as like 14 in here. You got to stop talking about sexual stuff. And I'm like, what? They're like, you're talking about furries, bro. I'm like, can you Google
just because
it,
the only time you engage with them is when you're looking them up on a certain site.
Right, exactly.
That's like
Please
people are like,
Google, sir.
My Little Pony, can you not talk about sexual stuff? It's like, whoa.
Like there was one time, I was in a wrestling server and I was really, really, really baked. And this every day. And an Alpha Academy comes out, right? No, and I'm looking at Maxine, and honestly, in my brain
they
goes,
just don't let me talk. You're right.
My brain goes, she looks cold. And I write in chat, she needs to put some more clothes on. And so it looks like I'm being sexist, you know what I mean? And but I was thinking like she looks cold, man. She needs a coat, you know? And they're like immediately deleted it, and I was like, I didn't mean it that
way. she should go back into the kitchen. What do you mean? She looks hungry. She go get food. I didn't mean it that way.
I'm sorry, sexist ruined that phrase. I didn't mean it.
All right, so let me tell you something here. Flores the Fox is the legendary daughter of Garth the Green Hand and the cleverest of his children. According to myth, she kept 3 husbands ignorant of each other. Flores the Lusty, by the way.
Damn.
Her sons became the founders of Florent, House Ball, and House Peake. And wait for it. And some tales of the Reach claim that Lan the Clever was a bastard of Flores. So she might be the mommy of House freaking Lannister.
She might be the first Lannister. That's fascinating. Well,
yeah, in House Ball, in House Florent, and then I said Peake, but we haven't done Peake yet. We haven't peaked it up yet.
I remember House Peake. It's like 3 mountains, right? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it isn't. But that's hilarious. All right, guys. Plant, hand, animal. Just some wavy lines.
Hand.
Yeah. I was
do a hand.
All right. Give us a hand. Give us a hand.
All right,
give us a handy job.
I'll give you a handy.
Yeah, you're Garth Taco Hand. So give us. I
am Garth Taco Hand. I'm glad you noticed. I have a hand of taco. Mm-hmm. That's why I've been eating my hand.
Does your hand smell like taco seasoning?
My hand normally does smell like taco seasoning. That or baby spit up, depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a good hand. I'm looking for somebody just
doesn't have to be a good one.
All right, there you go. This is a hand pointing at a sun.
Oh God.
House Hot Hand.
House Prometheus.
I want to say the last name of a guy who plays for the Lions, who was hurt.
A guy who plays for the Lions.
A guy who was hurt all last year and he's come back.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that.
I don't follow football.
Michael?
Yeah, who was hurt all last year?
The dude who does the line on his face?
House line face.
Wait, it's not Dan Skipper. He's not the line guy, is he?
No. He's got the line on his face. He got hurt.
What position does it play?
Some defensive position.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I know some of their linemen do face paint, but I don't know. I don't know specifically.
He's gigantic and blonde, and comes from a rich white family from Detroit.
I mean,
they were on.
I only know so many Lions linemen.
I hope I'm getting the name right, or else I thought that would have gave it away. Oh yeah, I was right. Yeah, Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, okay.
There's really a House
Oh,
Hutchinson?
Yeah, it's House Hutchinson.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
Well, George loves football, so this might be like
absolutely love. But no. I don't even think.
Okay, you know how they say that some people have iPhone face?
Everyone in the NFL currently
That's an iPhone name.
Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson was not born when any of these books came out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if this was like a newer named house
No,
or something. He'd just been keeping up on the
3
football
years ago?
names.
It was like 3 years.
George
awesome.
George apparently referenced
born
some
in
people
2000.
in Feast and Dance who were like relevant players when he was writing Feast and Dance, and those players have been retired for a decade plus.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know if he was continuing to name houses in the background and he was just keeping up with the tradition.
No, I
of naming
wish.
football folks.
It'd be job security for me, but no.
like some people suggest Clayton Suggs is named after Mark Clayton and Tyrell Suggs, who were like recently high drafted players or like young players in the league.
Who
when Clayton
do you
Suggs was
hang out with?
invented.
Who suggests that? What? But you're just
like that's the thing that's been talked about is that like Clayton
What?
Suggs. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard that
Taco's
on Reddit.
so not Taco. Michael's the only one to talk about something, and he's like, people have said.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, like that's a thing that's brought up on Reddit. Like,
Yeah,
when
no,
they
I
talk
was
about,
gonna
like,
say,
football
I
references.
actually have heard stuff like this. Not,
I
in
thought
such
I was the
great
only guy
detail,
who
but
makes
like for
Clayton
example,
Suggs
even
theories.
Preston Jacobs talks about the Cowboys thing, you know, with the Cowboys and the Giants. You
that
know?
one's more.
There you go,
obvious.
Aiden
like-
Hutchinson.
Okay,
See,
Yeah.
he does the line on his.
I've heard of him. I didn't know he did
He-
that with one eye.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, nice.
massive. It's a scary looking dude. I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm not gonna make that joke. All right. Oh, we did House Hunt earlier too.
Yeah, we did
Michael,
House Hunt.
So you already missed House Hunt. All right, let's do one that doesn't have a hand or an animal. Just do one with some lines. What do you think of this one? I think it's sick.
House
I
Lego.
love this. Yes, House Lego. You can go home now. Good job.
I am home.
That'd be really weird if you're like, all right, and then you left. Like, wait, where was he?
Like an American Dad, Roger's like climbing up the side of a building and he looks in the window and he's like, hey, get a room. And they're like, we did. And he's like, well, then lose some weight.
That's really funny. All right, what do you guys got?
I don't know.
There's two things that can happen when you pop a sigil up. I know it, or I don't know it, and I don't know it.
Savvy
Yep.
Sosa got it. Norcross.
Yeah, but you got to put an asterisk next to Sammy Sosa's.
No, Savvy Sosa.
I was gonna say, is
It's
Savvy Sosa?
Sosa.
Is that a play on Sammy Sosa, or probably not because it's been long enough since Sammy Sosa was relevant? I don't know.
Didn't Sammy Sosa? I don't know if this is not okay for me to say. We'll just say
It's
it.
fine.
Didn't he lighten up like really a lot, and he does not?
Oh,
look anything
yeah,
like
he
his skin
used-
color is like mine now.
He used a skin cream that ended up accidentally bleaching his skin. I think. he
Yeah,
said,
I just remember last time I saw Sammy Sosa, I was like, "Holy, what happened?" Yeah,
Wait, he
Yeah,
used a
no, he
skin
like
cream that accidentally bleached his skin. What?
Mhm.
Yeah, he
He's
started
like-
using some like skin treatment that like turned him like several shades lighter.
Damn.
Yeah.
At least he wasn't turning blue with friggin' colloidal silver.
Yeah,
he's
that's
like
good.
just super light.
There is that one dude who that happened to.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yep.
Real bad.
Real Blue Man
Yeah.
group. The
Oh my
Colloidal silver
God,
people.
Sammy. Holy
Yeah, you looked it
shit.
up. Yeah, no, he's super light now.
Damn.
All right, what else you got for us? What other side?
Oh, I
That
got
has
so
to
Give us
much.
one that we
man.
probably can guess. Give us one less obscure.
Oh my God! All right,
Oh, this is the oak leaves.
close. Get there.
Wait, no. But this is not the one that Arya went to, right? Like,
No,
no.
Arya
okay.
never makes it to the Reach.
It's not House Oakenheart, is it, or Oakheart, or?
It is House Oakheart.
Oh, it is House. Okay, it's just okay. There we go. All right, that wasn't that
there.
bad.
You
Okay,
happy?
all right.
I did one. I did an easy one.
That was
You got
relatively
it.
painless.
That was. You want another relatively painless, or do you want to be?
Yeah,
pained again?
give us some more
want
kind of
some relative-
softball.
relative
Softball
pain?
us for a minute or two.
All right, I'll softball you for a minute or two. I think this one's easy. I might be wrong, but I think this one's really easy.
House
I guess I was
Yellow
wrong.
Tree.
Golden Heart.
So when it comes to
What?
reach, important men of the reach, powerful men of the reach, you have like the Tyrells, and then you have the big three, right? And the big three are Randall Tarley, Paxter Redwine, and somebody from this house.
Oh, fuck.
Like anytime the Tyrells are doing
Yeah.
something, these three guys show up.
Yeah.
When they come to court, these three guys get onto the council.
It's literally been too long since I've
And
actually sat down and read the series.
Yeah,
I know
I
who you're
haven't
talking about, but I cannot name them.
I mean, because of how much I'm still working on vids, like I wrote my
Yeah.
Satin and my Iron Emmett videos at the same time because I knew that they had a lot of chapter overlap. So this week I listened to almost every John chapter from the Defense of the Wall all the way to Allie's Karstark's wedding.
Michael, you gotta save us. Who's always hanging out with Redwine and
The other one.
Charlie?
It's been so long since it's been months since I've
All
listened
right,
to a
the
chapter
comments
that takes
have to
place
get
south of
this
the net.
one. Yeah, Rowan. Yep.
Rowan.
Mathis
Okay.
Rowan.
Yeah, okay.
Someone saved us.
Yeah, Mathis Rowan. I thought that was an easy one. I really did. My bad, guys.
No, you're right. That should have been an easy one, and we just were not.
Yeah, no, like once I hear the name, it's like, oh, yep, okay.
Yeah, like I consider I'm skewed of what I consider easy because my head's always shoved so far deep up the fucking lore at all fucking times.
And because taco's always been easy.
Yeah, I'm
It's
really
also
easy.
straight up like,
it's always Taco Tuesday around here, Russ.
Yep.
when I read through the
Franklin.
sigils, like that is a type of thing that 90% of the time, like in one ear out the other, like when I'm listening to the books, like he's introducing the sigils. I'm not like making huge mental note unless I'm like, oh, this one sigil popped up again. Let me go back and see who this was, or like,
So I've never said where my obsession with the sigils came from before. So I when I stopped running role-playing games, I couldn't shut the writer brain off because I ran games and ran games and ran games and ran games. And it was before I took YouTube seriously, took this channel. It was before I even had this channel. And my wife said, so I started writing a game that I have no interest. I had no plans on running it. I just started drawing maps. I started coming up with characters, and it just because you can't shut that off your head. And I had all of this, and then I was like, my wife's like, well, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know. Should I try to get the players together? And we're trying to. I was talking about like, oh, what day of the week can I do it? And she's like, now that we have a kid, I really don't want you to run this game. So I was like, I'll write it. Fuck it. I'll write a book, right? So I had all the characters, and I started, and I made it really far into this book. But I think I have 24 chapters written. And then it fizzled because I'm spending a lot of time on the channel. And that's where all my spare time goes now. And it's not even spare time. This cannibalizes a lot of my time. But anyways, because I wanted to draw detailed maps and then have landmarks, I named houses. It's very derivative of A Song of Ice and Fire because I am me. So I had noble houses and I wanted sigils. So I found a couple of the YouTube channels that cover every single sigil. And they were just reading off the wiki, oh, House Ba, and they would just like read straight up off the wiki. And it was still really good stuff. But that's where I was like, okay, if I do A Song of Ice and Fire content, why don't I do something like that where I look at every house, but I don't just do it verbatim? Like I've definitely have been fall victim to the only thing I have to say about this is straight from the wiki. But I want to insert my own personality, and I want to insert jokes and make it funny. And that's where all this came from, was literally because I was writing a novel that was highly derivative of A Song of Ice and Fire. And because I'm such a doodler, I went to art school. I love drawing. Everything has to be visual. So I couldn't even write about a house without knowing what their sigil is, knowing what their iconography, and it really helped me build this world. So once I got like the outline written plus all the world built, and I had every character that was going to have a prominent thing, I had a page written about the personality and their backgrounds. So when it come to actually writing it, it was super fucking easy. I just had to do it. I just had to sit down because I had the world made. And that made it so much easier. But that's where my obsession comes from.
I do gotta say though too,
that is very
like in terms of the story being derivative of A Song of Ice and Fire, like I feel like
I'm not nervous about it. I don't feel bad.
No, well, everything is derivative of A Song of Ice and Fire because A Song of Ice and Fire is derivative of like all of the best fantasy that exists. Like I have a story that I plotted out in high school before I had ever picked up a single A Song of Ice and Fire book, knew nothing about it, that involves like magical mental wolves. And I had used the word Varg because obviously that's like the Swedish or whatever word for wolf, whatever. That's like the word. So it's like so much of this stuff. Like if I wrote the story now that I had plotted out when I was in high school, everyone would be like, "Oh my god, he's like directly ripping off A Song of Ice and Fire, like one to one." And it's like George is just doing all of the cool fantasy stuff in the same series.
Yeah,
so like
that's
I can't make a name now that isn't somewhere in A Song of Ice and Fire.
Well, what's
like you got like a 90% chance George used it as a minor character somewhere.
What's important isn't the worlds, right? I mean, that's fun. Yeah. That's flavor. But as long as your theme isn't, if I made this book and if Michael's like, cool, what are you trying to say? What's the theme of the book? First off, I would tell you to fucking read it and don't ask me that question. But if I did answer that question, and if I said like, oh, it's going to be a lot about class, and it's going to be a lot about blah, 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 and I just started saying all the anti-war stuff that George does, you're going to go, dude, that's, as long as your theme's not derivative is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can use that world or at least tell it differently. But I want the message of the book, which has nothing to do with character, nothing to do with world, but what I'm taking away, like The Wire. The Wire has a lot in common with Sopranos, right? Underworld, dealing with an East Coast city. You're talking about gangsters. You're talking about crime. You're learning about how crime affects. But are they anything alike? Absolutely not. One's about the war on drugs. The other one's about juggling your crime life with your real family. It's very different. Even though the worlds are super similar, they're nothing alike. Like Star Trek and Star Wars, you could be further apart, right? The settings are super similar, but one's a fantasy and one's a more hardcore. Like I would consider Star Wars fantasy in space, and then I would consider Star Trek way more sci-fi. Like it deals with science a lot more.
Yeah, it's hard and soft sci-fi.
Yeah, it's hard. Depending on what you're watching. It's so expansive, but I
like The Expanse is like hard sci-fi.
That's hard sci-fi, and I love that.
Yeah.
But I've always felt apprehensive when people called and I'm a huge Star Wars guy. I would never consider it sci-fi. That it has sci-fi elements, but I mean, it's about an evil wizard stealing a princess, and then the guy has to go save her. Like it's magical. It's always been about wizards. But they just took Western elements because it's super cowboy-y and Western too. But you took Western elements and fantasy elements and put it into space. Like, and that's what's so great. And is that derivative? Yes, extremely. But again, they're doing. I'm okay with your building parts to be derivative, as long as what you're trying to say is your point you're trying to make. Yeah. So Michael, that's what I'm getting at.
Michael, at some point you got to tell me your story you wrote, because I have the same thing. I have a story that I plotted out back when I used to write animes and stuff, and I started writing it in high school. And it was one of the reasons why I liked Ice and Fire when I started reading it, is I was like, oh shit, this has some really awesome elements that are a lot like things that I like from stories that I was writing.
So I can tell you the basic idea, like as far as I roughly got, was like this world where essentially like there are these big monster battles. It was more derivative of Pokemon than anything else.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Essentially, certain people would find these magical gemstones that, like, when you grab it, it like transports you to this weird monster like world dimension, whatever. And the only way to get out is to use that gemstone to bind a monster, and then you return. And that's like your monster that you then like would fight with or whatever. But like the thing was that like the royal emperor or whatever family had like this very powerful like set of monsters that their family would always go and tame that were these massive like black wolves. And like the thing that you would slowly realize as like this person is like fighting in all these cool monster battle tournaments is that like the mental bond with the monster was like affecting him. And so then the big reveal was going to be that like, oh, it's actually these crazy evil wolves that are running the world through the emperors. And it's all like controlled back to like this big like ancient mother wolf or whatever, who like all of her children are just controlling the king and the emperor or whatever. And it was, I didn't get super far into it, but that was the basic idea. And now if I did that, everyone would be like, oh, all the mental wolf stuff, he just took that from a song.
Especially since that's something you talk about a lot from it, like you personally.
Right. And it's like, oh, well, you see why I enjoyed that side of the books now, don't you? It's just like, yeah, it literally, like, I could write that story today, but everyone would think, like, there's no way he
that's
thought of this before he read.
what drew me.
I have something very important I have
like
to say.
Daenerys' story is I had a character that was like Daenerys, but they were based on Hannibal Barca from real life.
We need to get moving because we
All
just reached halfway and we had 70 sigils. So how much do you think we have left?
Oh, a lot.
55.
53.
Probably like at least.
Wow, that was Super Troopers. We just did 55, 53. Isn't the speed limit 55? Yes, it is. Freaking out. All right, you guys want to do an animal?
Yeah, hit us with an animal.
Well, I don't want to do an animal, but
Jeez, Rusty, don't take us there.
yeah, what the hell? Dude, what the fuck, Rusty?
all I did was repeat what Taco said.
Insect or mammal?
Insect.
Yeah, insect.
Yeah. All right. What do you guys?
A little more freaky.
What do you guys think about this? Jesus Christ.
House Butterfree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's what I got, yeah.
No one knows the Uplands?
No, okay.
Come on.
Oh,
How
he was
about,
wrong? Oh, I thought he was
how
right.
about House the Mighty Monarch?
All right, fuck off. No, they're from the Uplands, the bastard of Uplands. House.
No.
Come on. Am I really that?
It's
I thought
escaping
this
my
was
mind.
easy.
It's escaping my mind right now.
House Mullendor.
That's Mullendor, Mark Mullendor's house?
Mark Mullendor,
Oh,
yeah.
huh.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, it also looks like wallpaper, so it'd be like,
does
Mark
kinda
Mullendor's
look
brand of wallpaper, like.
I know Mark Mullendor.
I wonder if they
should be a monkey. I know.
Yeah,
I
no,
wonder if they do basically
I
make
remember-
sigil wallpaper.
What now?
Like,
They should
I wonder
make
if they
sigil
do
wall-
basically
that,
make
that
sigil
would be
wallpaper
kind of
like
fun
that.
if you wanted the wallpaper look in your house and get the sigil wallpaper.
Well, they
then-
kind of just get a bunch of tapestries of their.
yeah, I
sigil
guess
in
the
room.
tapestries are basically that.
Russ,
yeah.
what are we looking? Oh, it's the bottom of a lamp. I'm like, did you just drop it in the toilet? Just the way the light, it literally looks like
It's just
inside
like
a toilet bowl.
I'm done with this.
It does.
Drops it in there, flushes it.
Plop,
You have-
plop,
you have
fizz,
2
fizz.
bucks?
Oh, what a relief it is.
All right, let's get moving. We got so much here. Done for Mullendor. Oh, I don't need to type done and delete them. I'll just delete them. All right, we're going animal or fruit. All right, let's do a fruit. Now, I know you're gonna know the house, but you need to tell me which one. Okay,
All right.
which one?
This is the younger Fossoway, the green apple.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
So which
Um,
one is that?
I'm forgetting his name, but he fights against his uncle at the tournament.
No, I mean
Yeah,
Fossoway
in the,
of blank.
Was it the Trial of 7? Was that what it was?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's on Dunk's side.
Yeah, it's Raymond Fossoway.
Yeah.
But what's the name of it's like Fossoway of a poop house, right? Like Fossoway of blank.
Yeah, I don't know the of blank, so
You know one?
Yeah, I don't know
What's the seed of the
whatever.
greenhouse Fossoways or green apple Fossoways?
I only know green apple.
I mean,
Fossoway.
I did say green apple Fossoway, so I'm like, but I don't know what the seed is. I don't know
It's
what their
not
house is.
Cider Hall. That's the
Yeah,
other one.
I don't know what their house is.
It's a New Barrel.
It's New Barrel. Okay.
Fossoway of New Barrel, and because
Okay.
Eric got it in the comments, or is it early?
Yeah, because Cider Hall is the main Fossoways.
Like, yep, and that's Cider Hall. So let's get rid of the Fossoway.
I was gonna say the Fossoway, green apple and red apple Fossoways were like the two I was confident I would get, and apparently those aren't right. So I think I just went over.
Suck, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the much lesser known weird apple Fossoways, which is just a pear.
There is the brown apple Fossoway. What's his name? Franklin
Yes,
Flowers.
there is a Golden Company Fossoway.
Yeah,
I believe,
Franklin
that
Flowers,
calls
the
himself
brown
the
apple.
Rotten Apple Fossoway or something like
Well,
that.
there is the bad apple who was
Or the
part
bad
of
apple,
the.
or yeah.
Well, that was the Nine Penny Kings. The bad
Yeah,
apple.
that's a different one. But there's
Yeah,
also
but-
one in the Golden Company right now.
The brown apple.
Brown
Franklin
apple,
Fossoway.
brown apple.
Or Franklin Flowers.
He's like,
Yeah.
it makes me a brown apple Fossoway or whatever. He has a whole line about it.
I did a video about him. He seems cool. All right, let's do another hand. I'll give you guys a hand.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do a one that is derivative of the OG hand. There you go. Boom.
This one I have no idea.
Oh, I got a freaking short for this one.
House Reed.
No, House Reed's in the neck, and it's one of the most famous houses. Does this help you guys?
Cottage cheese, chest ass motherfucker.
Something to do with cheese? House Cheese Hand?
What was it?
Motherfucker.
Do I need to play it again?
Cottage cheese, chest ass motherfucker.
Cottage cheese.
No, it's the other word.
House Cottage
Cottage
Cheese?
cheese ass motherfucker.
You're just
Chest.
skipping. Are you fucking with it? You're skipping the other
Chest?
word. Chester.
Is it chest? Yeah. Okay.
House Chester. Cottage cheese, Chester ass motherfucker.
Oh, I just heard the cottage cheese part. I was just like, cottage
Yeah.
cheese, you know?
I love.
Should have shown us Chester Cheeto.
Yeah.
I don't have just Chester Cheeto ready. I do have random nonsense insults from The Wire ready. I'm sorry. you gotta
Honestly,
your priorities.
so all of your clips should be characters who sell children's foods. So Chester Cheetos, Toucan Sam, and then next thing you know, you're going to be actually getting sponsorship money from all of the food companies.
Yeah, but that's not me.
I would be very surprised if anybody other than the Taco Truck sponsored Tacos show.
I do. I am friends with a guy who has a taco truck. Should ask him.
There you go.
What do we want? Some lines? You want some lines, or do you want some more bugs?
Yeah, give us bugs.
All right, I got another bug. I got 2 more bugs.
Throw them at us.
This one looks like a logo for a Marvel character.
Oh, wow. That's actually pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Now, is that House Weber?
House Weber.
This is House Weber.
House Weber, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rohan, one of my favorite characters.
That's a good sigil, though. That's a good one.
Yeah. That one is self-explanatory. Yep.
Yeah, that one's good. All right. Well, now we're getting through these quick.
Yeah, throw some more at us. Let's hit us with bugs. Come on.
You want another bug?
Bug us up.
I got
bug us
lines.
up.
You don't want a line? We're gonna be
give us
nothing
the
but
bugs
lines
to
at
get
the end.
Snowpiercer, and we're in the last train car.
Oh, you want to eat some cockroaches?
Yeah, give us the bugs.
I got one more bug.
He just wants to put cockroaches in our mouth.
Hell yeah.
Oh, look.
Minus the roaches.
Now this
Bring
one
on.
also is
Exactly.
like, I feel like I remember it, but I just
You
I just
should
don't
know
if
this
I
one.
know
This
what the
one's
name
easy.
for it.
I would consider this one like a neutral, like not hard.
I know, because like this one
That's
does
super
appear
easy.
in the books proper, right? Like this one is
Absolutely.
mentioned.
There's multiple characters.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
There's a-
ants.
Yep, they're ants.
Yeah, one of them married a Hightower, which doesn't help. And then there's a bunch. There was a warrior son who was a knight from here. There was a Mark who was loyal to King Aegon II during the Dance of Dragons. And then there was an Aubrey who was a knight that supported Daemon the Blackfire during the rebellion.
Yeah.
And then nowadays there was a Arthur who married Alysanne Hightower, and their young son is Alan. And
You
then
could,
we don't know how he's related, but there's an Edmund from this.
Is it like Antsley or something?
It is not.
If
Is
you
it
guys
ants
were
in
into
the-
wrestling, he could use a wrestling hint, but
Wait, is it ants in the
Good.
pants?
It is not ants in the pants, and you're fired. Ants in the pants. Yeah, it's a good game, man.
All right, you gotta tell us, what is it?
Yeah, I don't know it.
House Ambrose.
Ambrose. Oh fuck!
Okay.
See, that name is definitely in the books.
Yeah, I don't.
that's
I
the-
just
that's the
named like
wrestling
9
connection.
Yeah, I've
characters.
heard of the
That's what I'm saying.
name.
Yeah, no,
but
that's one that pops up quite often.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. You
All right,
fucked
so
it
give
up.
us a new one.
No, we're doing a line. We haven't
Let's
done
do
a
it.
line one yet.
What's a new one?
We got a bunch of lines. How about this line?
no clue.
I got some lore for you.
How about house? How about house green sick?
it's ridiculous, Sigil.
Yeah, it's
All right.
House
It's gotta be one of the
green
worst.
Water.
Yeah, no, it's awful. All right, so a guy named Morgul from this house slandered Queen Nerys Targaryen, possibly with the encouragement of her horrible husband Aegon IV, and then Morgul was slain in a trial by combat by Aemon the Dragon Knight.
Morgul the Morgard.
And then they got words. None so dutiful.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's all we have for him. I give
no,
you
I
a
had
lot.
no idea.
I like that this dude's like, hey, Aemon the Dragon Knight's banging the queen, and then Aemon the Dragon Knight murders him, and everyone's like, yeah, that's not suspicious, Aemon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to defend your honor. It's like a rock and a hard
You gotta
place.
defend your girlfriend. I mean,
what,
sister.
what if you really are banging the queen? You gotta shut that guy up. But then, like, what if you aren't, man? Like, you gotta defend your honor, right? Yeah.
Queen's his sister, and he's a Targaryen. His hands are tied.
Yeah, his hands are tied. All right. Well,
Yeah. I gotta
throw us an easier set of lines. What kind of easier lines do you got?
I got a really easy one, but first I got this video that's a PSA about Targaryens.
Born of relentless inbreeding.
All right, this is the easiest line of all time. Ooh, there you go. Boom.
All right. This one I got. House Black line.
Close. Very
House
close.
Black Mont.
Getting further away. It's another it's a
House.
synonym for bar.
Synonym for bard.
House-
I fucked it up. Synonym for line. I said the wrong thing.
Oh, House Bar. House
It's
Demon
House
Bar.
Black Bar.
House Black Bar.
Ah,
Yeah, that's the best.
There
I
you
love
go.
House Black Bar, dude. It's just a black bar.
that
Who saw that coming?
That
Huh?
tracks. Yeah,
Who the
that's
hell-
one that we could have actually probably guessed. Like,
I know. If I
Yeah.
fucked up it, if I didn't fuck it up, when he's like black line, I'm like, keep going. They are from Bandolin.
All right. What about animals? Do you got?
Well,
any
I want
animals
to talk about this house really quick.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then
all
we
right.
can move on. Lord, this is so great. So Jaehaerys, well, he's old, right? So this is an 89 AC, and he dies, whatever, a little more than 14 years later. So he's an old man at this point, and he's having one of the quarrels with Good Queen Alysanne. So he's doing like a progress by himself, and he stops at House Black Bar at Bandolin, and the youngest daughter of Lord Blackbar tries to seduce him, like gets all over him, and he rebuffs her. But I just love the balls of like, hey, go seduce the old king. Okay, Dad. Like, wouldn't that have been crazy? Like King Jaehaerys is like, is super dutiful to his wife for like 60 years, even though they have a couple arguments because he's a horrible dad. And then it's like, and then he leaves Good Queen Alysanne for who? The daughter of Lord Blackbar. Oh, well, yeah, she was just really
All
cool.
right.
Yeah, which is really cool. What?
What? She fucking wowed him.
I mean,
man.
if Bill Belichick can randomly start dating a woman I've never heard of, and suddenly she's running his media empire, that can't be that far fetched, right?
Yeah, I mean, old King Jaehaerys is pretty much Belichick.
Yeah. Yeah. Like House Black Bar was on that grind. They understood that this is possible. Like,
Understood.
Gotta
This is
swing this.
possible.
You gotta get
you
out
can
that
swing
grind.
this if she looks good enough.
Well,
So to be fair, that was kind of the Marjorie plot, was to usurp the Lannister power by simply just making the king feel like he should just have a new wife, because that was the thing to do if
Yeah.
you're king nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
it
King
almost
Robert.
worked.
Like, why do you guys stick to the wife that you have
Robert
with the
never
first
met
time?
Marjorie.
Just you can get a new wife, you know?
It could have worked. And you know what actually has always really pissed me off about that plot? It's an early book thing that really bothers me. Renly walks up to Ned and gives him like a locket with a picture of Marjorie, and it's a painting. There's a tiny painting in a locket? That just seems really fucking weird to me. Like, it's not a picture. Like, some dude's like, Marjorie, don't move, and then just like paints in a locket.
Yeah, I mean, it's
We needed tiny paintings before.
People have been painting all kinds of detailed shit forever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but
used to need
Westeros.
tiny paintings. Now we have AI to do that for us.
Yeah, AI to make it bad. Why does Marjorie have 4 fingers on this hand? Shut up, it's an AI. All right, you want another line?
Ned, does this AI rendering
out
have
of
made
one of her ears or something?
Yeah.
Ned, does this AI rendering of Marjorie remind you of anyone?
Anybody?
It's an AI rendering of. What is it? Why is she half a horse?
No, yeah, that's what it would be. He'd be scrolling Facebook.
Oh my God, you
like,
can't just go around
Ned,
asking
does
people why
this
they're half
AI
horses.
rendering of Marjorie as a horse remind you of anybody?
Yeah.
I've trained this AI on images of Lyanna and then made it draw Marjorie, and now I'm going to see if I can get.
It's just
him
a
to put this-
centaur, but in like reverse.
All right. Show us a new symbol. What do we got? Show us a new symbol. We're too
Dude,
far down the
I
AI
love it.
rabbit hole.
Random's
Show us a
really
new
getting-
symbol.
I was giving him crap, and now he's like pushing us. All right, the 2 coolest ones. I got 2 really awesome ones right here. Boom. One starts with a V, one starts with a W, and boom.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, fucking awesome. And it's not a dragon; it's a wyvern.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Can't
it's
you
a
tell?
wyvern, but who's the house wyvern again?
I don't know, but it's sick.
Yeah,
I love
who's
that
the
there's
house wyvern. Was Michael remember or Breast? Do you remember who
No.
house wyvern is?
No, I do not.
Yeah, I don't know it.
Oh wow, Sansa over Marjorie. All right,
Is it one of like the rebellious
Egon.
Targaryens?
No, it is not.
No. Okay.
You're not gonna get it if you don't know it. It's House Veerwell.
Veerwell, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
it's one of my favorite shorts I ever made because I just questioned the whole time of how the hell does this random house from the Reach have a sigil of a fucking wyvern
Yeah.
like from Sothorios? Like what? What are you talking about? It's
House
like, oh, did you guys know
Veerwell.
about that famous house from Norway that has a orangutan on the sigil? Like, what are you fucking talking about? Oh, it has a lemur from Madagascar on the sigil. What? It just makes no sense to me.
It's just like you have a camel on your sigil and you're from America, but you had the camel way before like horses took over America. So you're like, hey,
So
man,
this is
I didn't know
this
I
is
I thought this
just,
was a horse.
this is just
Like-
more proof that all Targaryens are fake and that actually they're all Danes. That Danes came from space.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I mean, pitch it to interesting your club, and then we'll see.
Oh, I wanted to make my own video of this one day, but
All right, now the other best house best sigil we're covering today is this one.
That is
House
a
Sword
very good one.
and Skeletons.
Yes, it's
Is
House
that
Sword and
another-
Skeleton.
Is that another freaking wyvern
No, this is a dragon.
skeleton? Oh,
This is a
okay.
dragon skeleton. I mean
House
the Mounds
Dragon's
Bar, if you
Bane?
remember. Yes, House Dragon's Bane.
Yeah,
No,
that's it.
No, not really.
Oh.
House Dragon Shanker.
No, it's just a normal fucking last name too.
Smith.
Like not
House
not
Smith.
cool at all. Like the sigil is way cooler than the
House
name.
House Billy Bob.
Close.
John Deere.
Yeah,
House
I don't know. Give
House
it to us. What is
Willem.
it?
Willem.
That is
Yep.
weirdly close to Billy Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I said.
House Willem. Oh, it's House Willem. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
House Willem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically
Billy
it is House
I wasn't
Billy Bob.
lying when he's like Billy Bob. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
kind of close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the right ballpark.
All right, I got time for one more. If you want,
It's not the right
gotta go.
Not even
But
right league. Not even right fucking sport.
You can pass another one to us.
Foot massage don't mean
stay
shit.
for one more here.
All right. On the topic of foot massages.
All right. House Caltrop. No.
Close. The Caltrops are a faction that started here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you know your Dance of Dragons lore?
The Maccabees.
I'm not remembering. My mind's slipping on this one. But
There was a bar at these guys' town.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Tumbleton. These I got that just out of my head. The betrayals of Tumbleton are all all based on these guys, and they started the Caltrops.
They start the what now?
The Caltrops. It's not a bridge. That's Bitterbridge.
No, it's not coming to me. I'm
all I
does
know
anybody?
is that if you switch Pokemon against this house, your new Pokemon's going to take damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. You guys have got to work on your Dance of
Or
Dragons.
if you step on this house, your feet are gonna hurt.
Because this is going to be like a super important house in the later season.
And it'll
so much
up your
happens
horse,
at Tumbleton later on.
Speaking of which, I heard somebody call Caltrops medieval landmines, and I thought that was pretty funny.
That's
area denial weapons.
That's kind of funny. Right?
Did you all see my video on medieval fire arrows?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God, dude!
Oh,
much more advanced than anything we ever thought.
I'll do house fire arrows next.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a house with fire arrows. Random. It is House Footley.
Footly. Oh, that's a hilarious joke for a House
great.
Footly.
Yep, because Tarantino is hanging out in the ring.
Exactly.
And he's
I was going to say
wait,
Tarantino was hanging out with George that day.
House Footley, I gotta go there, and then he shows up, and it's actually things that destroy feet, and he's like, "No!"
Can I have the pieces?
I want to know at what point when Robert Rodriguez is writing Dust Till Dawn, right? And then he's like, "So Tarantino, there's gonna be this scene where this chick, have you seen Selma Hayek? She's gorgeous. Selma Hayek is going to do a striptease, and then after it, she's going to bite your character's neck." And he goes, "All right, yeah, I read the script." And I'm just throwing this out and just seeing if it's going to enhance the scene. Can she put her foot in my mouth? And then Robert Rodriguez was like, "Yeah, I don't know why not."
Oh my God.
Like, as I'm watching Dust Till Dawn now, knowing about his foot fetish, and I went, "Oh, come on!" Like, he paid Robert Rodriguez, like he did the movie for free. I know he did.
Oh my God.
You just
and on that note, I gotta take off, but I will say, good night to everybody. And
I was hoping. I didn't know you were leaving early. I was hoping to talk to you about that thing you put in the.
Oh well, I can talk for a brief minute, but yeah, I unfortunately, this is the last day of my semester is tomorrow, and so I have a few more.
We can chat. We can chat about it later.
But yeah, no, I would love to talk to you, Michael, too. If you feel like slinging me a message or something, I was just trying to. I had a fun idea for a video that shouldn't take me too long to edit, but should be interesting and exciting.
I would like to be involved
for people to.
Is that the one that you posted about in the back room?
Yeah. I just thought
I never go on other people's channels. I always have people on mine, and I would love to hang out in somebody else's area every once.
Yeah, no, it'd be cool.
I should start doing live streams.
So just give me a message in the chat. But I will talk to everyone later. Thank you for having me on the show.
Always. Thanks for coming on, Random.
And I will see you guys not too far from now.
Sweet.
Glad to have you here.
All right, later on, everybody.
See you, bro.
Right? He's so random.
So random. That's the only one with people's names I kept because it's really good. I even got rid of We With the Vipers because Viper Quartet hasn't been on for a while. And I got rid of The Sopranos. Oh, no, I still have it for Michael.
Is it true, Michael?
I got that one. Gino. All right. Do we want to do more lines, or do we want to do some more hands, or just some boots?
Sounds like you're asking if we want to do cocaine or hand jobs, or lick each other's feet.
That's kind of what I was getting at. But no, I was gonna do fire arrows. Yeah, here, boom. Thought I was bluffing. You thought the crab was bluffing, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
It's. Oh wait, I might be able to get you guys. I'm just
honestly,
trying to educate you guys on some lore here.
They look like a lot like drumsticks.
Yeah, how's drumstick arrows?
Yeah,
like the ice cream drumsticks, or
there
like
is a guy named
like chicken. It's just like the skin is not right, but like the ends of them look like the end of a chicken drumstick with the skin peeling back.
So let's see if I can get you guys with some lore here. There's a guy named Jeremy from this house who was a favorite of Prince Daeron Targaryen, who was killed in a battle against the rat, the hawk, and the pig.
That helps.
I thought it did. I would know that by that. I would, if somebody said those words to me, I would know it.
Not a clue.
Yeah, no idea, man.
That's the lover of Daeron Targaryen, Daeron Targaryen. What's his nickname? Oh, he doesn't have a nickname. I thought he was. I thought he had like a cool nickname. But Daeron Targaryen, I did a video for him. He last Pride. He was my Pride character. Because his lover is Jeremy Norridge.
Okay.
House Norridge.
There you go.
From Norrigia. I don't know. Made that last part up. Do I know?
They're the opposite of House Yesridge.
Yeah, Norridge. Yeah.
They used to have the Ridge, but then House Yesridge took it from them.
What happened? Are you guys House Ridge? No, we lost it, so we're Norridge now.
Yeah.
John's Stewart. Do you guys get it or what? Jeez. Now, do you want one of the houses with a pitcher?
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 pitcher houses.
Go for it.
All right.
Go for
this
it.
one. And a 2 for this one.
Oh shit!
That one's House Tom and Jerry's.
Yeah,
Tom
this is
Jerry.
Tom and Pitcher. Yeah.
Jerry's hiding. He's doing that weird cartoon thing where he's morphed himself into the shape that he physically couldn't.
Yeah.
Correct.
But like that's just Jerry's tail, and his body is now pitcher shaped.
Yeah, I accept that.
Yes, it is. Daeron is Aegon the Unlikely son. Watch my video for it. It was really good. So this is House Liber.
Okay.
Liber.
Yep, I believe it's like one of them Easter egg houses where it's like, I'm making this up before I look, but it's like some dude with the last name Liber, and then he wrote a book called like The Cat in the Pitcher or some shit. House Liber, Fritz Liber. This guy coined
like a
the
liger
phrase,
is like a lion and a tiger. This is a lion and a pitcher.
This is Liber. The author is Fritz Liber, who he coined the phrase sword and sorcery, so holy shit. And then he created Frat Ferdard, I don't know how to say the name. F-A-F-R F-A-F-H-R-D. Ferd and the Gray Mouser. So yeah. So there's a Gray Mouser, it's a gray cat. So yeah, it's just a little Easter egg. I think it's a cool sigil though. House Liber. It's cat in the picture. Cat, hat, in French chapeau. And then there's this one, the other pitcher house.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Yeah, yep, correct. Daeron Targaryen was the one that Olenna was supposed to marry, but didn't. And she claims that she called the wedding off because she wasn't into it. And that's just bullshit. We actually find out that Aegon, because he married for love, let them make their decisions. And then Daeron's like, Dad, I'm gay. And I just want to go into battle and fight because he's a warrior. I want to go into battle and fight with this hot freaking Norridge, Jeremy Norridge. And then they're like, all right, cool. And then Olenna, like 50 years later, is like, no, I called off the wedding. No, you didn't. He was gay.
Classic revisionist history.
That's bullshit. Like, oh, I was powerful. Tell Targaryen, no, you weren't. He told you
it was mutual. It was fine.
It was mutual. Yeah, you didn't want to marry into the freaking royal family. You wanted to marry an Ulf Tyrell.
Yeah,
and have a kid named Mace.
Oh my God! Looking at what people go through, I would never want to marry into a royal family. Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah, no. Nowadays, yeah. Like, but you remember, like Targaryens didn't have social media. They would just burn people alive.
Yeah, especially if they had a redheaded
dragons.
son that looked exactly like the captain of their guard.
And they had a redheaded son that looked exactly like Carson Wentz.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my god. All right. House pitcher. You guys got an idea?
Molly pitcher.
House catcher. It's a funny baseball reference.
Yeah.
House battery. It's House Redding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like READING.
2 D's.
READDING.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Like that. Yeah, it's stupid. Is there anything? No, none of them appear at all. There's nothing.
That's not even a house, man. That sounds like the name of a fucking inn.
Yeah. The Red Inn. The Come On Red Inn. The Come On Inn.
How many swords can you bring? I don't know. How many people are staying in the hotel tonight?
Why do they call your inn the Red Inn? It's not for the same reason they call the Red Wedding the Red Wedding. Don't worry about it. You can stay here. It's fine.
This one has an awesome name, and the sigil's awesome. They have nothing to do with each other, but cool sigil, cool name. Oh wait, we're 2 hours in, so I'll do a thing when we're done with this.
That's like a seizure-inducing sigil.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love seizure.
Yeah, it is
color
real
scheme.
good.
They're great.
It's a good thing I took a handful of Klonopin.
Oh, Moonman! The Moonman's here.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. I've just been working all day, and I'm
good.
sorry that I missed the first 2 hours of this.
How's the weather on the moon?
It's a bit rainy.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
It's like methane when it rains up there, though, right?
Yeah, it rains.
Oh, worse than that, man.
Oh, jeez.
I was watching Last of Us. I'm like 2 episodes behind, and they just make it to Seattle. And of course, in the first episode, they're in Seattle. It's raining, and I was like, trope, I get it. And then it's not raining; it's storming. Like you see lightning, and I was like, wait a second.
No. That's how.
No.
Yeah, and anytime it's raining in Seattle in a movie, it's like pouring like ass, and
that's not a thing.
That almost never happens. No, it just sort of mists. Like, but you can't see that in a camera. So,
but also about the storm. Maybe you've experienced more, but my 3 years there, I think 2 actual lightning storms in 3 years.
Yeah, very rare.
Maybe.
In the summer, like once or twice, maybe.
Yeah, when I was living in South Florida, like if it was drizzling, like it was, as far as people were concerned, it wasn't raining.
Yeah, Seattle.
Like they were just like no umbrellas, no nothing. They were just walking around doing their normal shit.
But I wouldn't go so far to say it's pouring. Sometimes it did. But anyways, I just immediately was like, oh, of course they're making it rain. And then I saw lightning. I was like, no, it don't storm at all. Not like in the Midwest. We get storms all the time. Like if you get rain here, you will hear lightning. And that's not the way it is there. Hi, kitty. Hi.
Do you guys get snow lightning often?
Sometimes.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we blizzards will thunder, which is
I love fucking lightning during a blizzard.
And we get a lot of the what they call that heat lightning that just hangs out in the clouds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a lot too. So this house, does anyone know the name? Moonman, welcome. We started with 70 houses.
No.
And you said it's got nothing to. You said the name of the house has nothing to do.
Nothing to do with the sigil.
Nothing to do with sigil.
It's a really cool name, though.
So then it would be like House Rabbit.
No, it's House Graves.
Graves? How do you spell
Graves.
That?
Like I'm gonna dig
Graves with a V.
Like grave digger. Yeah.
Okay.
House Graves.
You mean the Hound?
Yeah. Yep. Like House Hound. Hounds. All right. Since we're 2 hours in, I'm gonna. I keep telling myself I have to do this every hour because I always forget to do it. Go ahead and send a super chat if you guys actually really for sure want us to bring your comment up, or if you have a question for us. And if you want to donate but you don't want to do it via super chat, do it here, PayPal at Taco Bout, and let's get back into it. Moonman, do you you want an animal or a line? or a plant or a fruit?
Ooh.
A flower or a fruit? Or an animal?
I'll take a fruit.
All right. Do fruit.
That's what she said.
I don't think she said that.
It'd be more like that's what he said.
Let's
but,
do an easy one. What do you guys got?
Oh, that's house red wine.
Hell yeah. House red wine. I had a really hard fruit one, but I went with this easy one. House red wine. Now, I don't know if you were listening or not yet, Moonman, but if I were to say, I want to see if you would get this. I already got rid of the sigil, but if you would, who do you consider the like main three underneath the Tyrell? So like when it comes to the reach, right? You got the Tyrells, and everywhere the Tyrells go, you got the Tarleys, the red wines, and then who is the third?
Well, it depends on what you mean. Like
there's like a
most powerful in the reach.
No, but like
you're talking about or under or like who is in like allied more than just feudally to the Tyrells.
Like if Mace
obviously
Tyrell
the Hightowers are very powerful, but
but I mean like if Mace is in the room, Paxer Red Wine's usually in the room, Randall Tarley's usually in the room. Who's the third guy?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
It would be Mathis Rowan was what I was trying to
yeah, Rowan. Good call. That's no, of course.
He's like the other dude who's there all the time.
Mm-hmm. What's their sigil?
I got rid of it, but I can bring it back. Yeah, I did it. Because that was the hint I used for those guys, and they still didn't grab it. And I was thinking if I was crazy or not. I was like, really? I thought that was like a super easy hint. But I try to give lore hints. There you go. That's House Rowan.
Let me see. Oh, okay, the golden tree, right.
The golden tree. And this was like one of the Garth Greenhand daughters wrapped her hair around an apple and it turned golden or some crazy shit.
I see.
Some crazy Garth shit.
That's out of Greek mythology, sort of.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. All right.
Something about a golden apple.
We haven't done any of the Shield Isles yet.
The what?
Shield Islands.
Shield Island.
Yeah,
I thought you said shill.
Yeah, the Shill Isles, if you know what I'm saying. All right, what do we got here?
No idea.
Ooh, man. Ooh.
Let me know when you want to hit.
Is that a poppy?
An embattled Tudor rose in white. I don't know.
This guy fights against Victorion, and Victorion catches his sword, and that's why his hand gets all fucked up.
Ooh.
The guy that was fighting in full armor, right?
Yes.
Shit. I want to say that was a Florent, but we've already covered that.
It's not a Florent. And then afterwards, I want to say, I'm trying to remember who takes this island. It's South Shield. And afterwards, South Shield is taken over by Andric the Unsmiling takes over South Shield afterwards. So who did they take South Shield from?
Ooh, I have
North
no idea.
Shield.
No, you guys. Talbert is his first name. Eric got it, or Ilric. I don't know how to say your name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna need any help with that kind of shit.
What?
I don't think any of us know this, but I just got to say I'm watching the NHL playoffs in the distance on mute.
I knew you were watching sports on mute. How did I know
I can't stress how funny it is whenever there's like a huge fight and you can't hear what the refs are saying, but like the entire two teams just fought and the refs are explaining all the penalties and showing the replay, and this guy was talking to the ref, like he and the ref are holding each other, like the ref's holding him, and Jamie Benn just sucker punches dude in the chin so hard that he and the ref fall down. And so they like announce the thing. And I just see the coach just screaming, what the F over and over again. And then the guy who got punched pointing to his face. So the guy who got sucker punched got sent to the penalty box.
Oh,
the guy who sucker punched him got kicked out of the game though. But like he's so mad. They just showed the replay, and all he seems to have done was get punched in the face. So that's why I was.
I'm going to hit you so hard, you'll be in trouble. Boom.
Dude definitely must have said something, or like he did something just before the replay showed it. But like in the replay they showed, he just got sucker punched in the face.
The guy's name is Talbert. Does that help? It's Telbert Seri. It's House Seri. Serry. Am I on? You guys see me? Are we here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing, man.
All right. Well, Shield Isles. So far, we have not conquered one. We are doing worse than the Greyjoys. Let's try to conquer this one. What do we got for this Shield Island? They'll have that like cool shieldy thing.
House, lots of ships.
House ships.
No,
but this one does have a name that sounds like it would be a Iron Island house. Like if I showed you this and told you the name, you'd go, "Oh, is that from the Iron Islands?" No, it's Shield Islands.
House Greywind.
Well, they are from Grey Shield.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking, like, what's the Far Winds? If they had this, but Greywind is a doggo name, so he probably didn't use it as a
he can't
as a house name.
Well, he named an entire islands after
Gray.
Yeah, really
Galley?
lazy of him to name the instruments that knights used to block after the same thing he named the islands after. That's lazy.
No, so the name doesn't have anything to do with gray. It is just like I said, it's kind of an Iron Island-y. Ooh, I can't say it.
Is it Galley?
No, it's Grim with 2 M's. House Grim. No, all right. That sounds Iron Island to me. House Grim.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, it does.
All right, should we just keep rocking out the Shield Islands? You guys are 0 for 2 so far.
We suck. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I still have a lot of easy ones, but I like saving those for the end when we're too burned to give a shit. This is the final shield, I think. Final Shield Island that I have. Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not confident I know any of the houses from the Shield Isles. So, like,
this is House Hewitt.
Okay,
all right,
sure it is.
Moving on from House Hewitt. All right, we want animal, food, plant, or lines.
No, don't give us options. No, don't give us options. Just
all right,
just throw shit at us.
Boom.
Yeah. Bam.
Bam.
Oh, that's House King
that's a race
Road.
car. House race car.
I actually thought you guys were gonna get this.
Yeah.
I would consider this an easier one.
Good for you.
It's definitely a racetrack. So it's for sure a racetrack.
We get it, Mark. You don't have a fucking life. Shut up.
The
It
only
looks like a Minecraft sword.
doing this guessing is presenting.
It looks like a Minecraft sword.
Yeah, it is not a Minecraft sword, but it does.
All right, I'm packing another fucking bowl.
I'm packing another fucking bowl. It is all right. Who is the tallest guy that dunk fights?
Oh man. I want to say Garth something.
In the second Night of the Seven Kingdoms book in Sword and Sword, who does dunk fight at the end? Have you guys read the Song of Ice and Fire books at all?
I've read the Duncan Egg.
Waiting for the TV show.
I think
I'm waiting for the TV show.
Well, he's in the Sworn Sword. He's this is when he when he wades into the river and has that fight.
Yes, with Lucas,
the guy who's trying to marry Rowan. Right?
So, yep, correct. You're getting there.
I don't know who that guy is.
Lucas Longinch. So
sure,
Longinch is from House Inchfield.
Hey, I don't remember what it was, but the other day something that I bought came with a tape measure, and the feet were all 10 inches long instead of 12.
Wait, it wasn't
a gag.
It wasn't a broken European one. It was actually inches.
I don't know, and it wasn't like I don't even remember what the product was. It wasn't something that I needed a tape measure for. It just came with a random tape measure with 10-inch feet.
All right, that's so funny. Let's do an easy one, in my opinion.
Mark, I sent you
whoever's manufacturing
take a picture and put it in the Discord.
All right, what do we got? Easy one.
Oh, that's I know this. God damn it! It's
It's the hand that inspired all the other hand sigils.
Yeah, it's
House Greenhand?
Close.
Garth
No,
Greenhand.
Who's
No,
Garth
but it's,
Greenhand?
Gardner.
Gardner.
Oh, it's House
Gardner.
Gardner. Yeah.
House Gardner.
I
And then
do
now
know
that
that
we
one.
talked about
that
that
one
one-
I know from Crusader Kings.
I thought you were gonna say from like half of David Lightbringer stuff because he always praises Garth.
Yeah,
Like
no, well
Greenhand.
that too, but most of the time I see the sigils, it's in Crusader Kings.
So I showed you that one to show you this one, which is
Mark, I sent you a message on
absolutely a
Discord.
bastard house. It has to be, right? They don't say that. But
yeah,
this
yeah, it
has
must
to
be.
because it's the reverse colors and there's the red Ben Sinister. You guys got this one? It's House Old Flowers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. No. All right.
Nope.
Nope.
If you say so.
All right. We still got so much. Here's a fun one. What do you think about her?
I have no
you're not into
idea.
her? She's not very cute, is she?
The
But-
Oracle of Delphi.
You're gonna put
Is
we'll
that
make her cute?
is that like a specific historical figure?
I want to say this is the mother. Yep, the
Yeah.
mother's face.
Oh, like the mother,
Yep,
like
And
the
it-
god
the-
one.
yep. They're from Holy Hall,
Oh.
and their
Mother of
words
the Seven.
are
Okay.
"work her will," which is, whew, I like those.
Yeah,
words.
that's definitely the mother.
It sounds like a kink.
Yeah, I know. Work her will. Good Bible. That was a Serenity.
That was
or
a Firefly reference.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Work in the plow. Good Bible.
Yeah, I don't know this. Holy Hall, you said?
Yeah, they're from Holy Hall. You probably can't get it. I'll
Yeah.
see if there's any. I think there's like a.
I'm trying to do the thing where my brain like fills in the blank.
Yeah, there's a Lord Confessor from here during the early reign of Aegon III who, tortured a bunch of people named George, which is funny because it's like such a holy sigil, but like
Yeah,
the dude's a torturer.
I'm
House
just trying to make my brain do the house blank of Holy Hall, but it's not.
House Graceford.
Okay.
I feel
Cutting out for anyone else.
Am I?
I don't think I've ever heard of him. Not at the moment.
Oh, Michael, I thought you looked fine. All right. I feel like we're talking too much about sigils. Like it really killed this stream. we stopped being so fun.
What was the last one? Did I miss it?
Oh yeah, the last I deleted it. It was House Grace.
No, it's all good.
It's
Oh,
House
it was
Grace.
that one. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm typing something out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we are like dead air now. Thank you for saying.
That's my fault.
No, it's not your fault.
I deaded the air.
Dad deaded the air. What do you guys got for this one? I consider this one a known one.
The centaur bending his bow.
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, not a
I
clue.
mean,
That's
clearly
House.
that's House
I know it's the
Lannister,
wrong.
'cause
I know it's the wrong
Tyler-
animal, but House Tumnus.
The one from these guys are from Bitterbridge.
How do they know
This
what the
is
bridge tastes
Tyrell
like?
Lannister's specific branch of Lannister.
Yeah,
Of course.
This
No,
is him halfway of becoming a horse.
Who's from Bitterbridge?
I don't know, but the door is ajar.
Oh, the chat has to know this one.
Yeah, I think.
The chat
might
got
have
it. Jeremy Hall got it right away.
Yeah.
How's Caswell?
Never heard of them either.
Caswell.
Yeah, where's
Damn.
Glidus when you need it for some horse jokes? They
Probably
just
in
did that.
Australia.
Yeah, probably somewhere in Australia. They just did that frickin' that newest horse live stream like 2 days ago. I watched that whole thing.
Yeah.
The horses tier. That was fantastic. Like, I know I'm like a super nerd, but the whole time I was like, oh, I know which horses they should put on S tier.
You were like, I can't wait to see how this compares to my tier list. The one that I already made.
Taco, I sent you some.
Are you gonna have?
I know
probably
it's not.
completely derail.
It's
You'll
not
probably
letting
completely derail this to.
It's not letting me open them, and I don't have the patience to deal with it right now.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Do you need access? Request access. Switch
oh
accounts.
Shit! I thought I shared it to you correctly. Whatever. Fuck.
No.
Is it on Google Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just manage access and make sure it's set to anyone's link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All good. Whatever.
Settings on my laptop. Yeah. Fuck that. I'm not doing that right now. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
You have to do it like folder by folder.
I'm just happy you're here, Mooney.
Fuck.
Moonest of the manest. Has anyone like mooned you since you became Moon Man? Did anyone like, oh, I know who you are, and then like gave you the full moon?
Since I became Moon Man? I don't know. I'm not like. You want me to get out my calendar?
You're like, yeah. What do you think? I stopped being Press Fruit Bowl Man.
Why do you think I became Moon Man?
Yeah.
It was just asses everywhere, man.
Just asses.
Just fucking chocolate starfish as far as the eye could see.
All right, come on.
Whoa.
Everyone is slow
my
for
idea.
You, Michael?
What's up? Oh yeah,
No,
for a minute there, like I don't know if I was behind or like frozen, but everyone was freezing, and I thought it was just Taco, but then Rust was frozen too. I'm like, oh no, it's me.
Yeah, it was you. Everything seemed fine on our end, at least.
Yeah,
you probably couldn't even hear me complain.
We heard it.
Was like,
and then I tried to talk with you, and it's funny because you didn't look like you were frozen. You were just like doing that like concerned looking and weren't saying anything, and I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was for me. You guys were a slideshow, and it was like clipping in and out of me hearing you. So
that's annoying. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we did all your favorite houses while you were gone. Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, it came back after a minute, so I was like, okay, well,
we have 30 minutes and we have so many fucking houses left. What do we got here? Boom, go.
I don't have to knock off in 30 minutes.
I do. My wife wants to go to bed, and I'm gonna take over taking care of the kid for the rest of the night. The baby.
How's Sunflower?
I got
stream with the kid.
I got a 1 month. I'm not putting. I will never put
kids need more time on their own without parents. You know what I mean?
Like
they need to like learn to like.
He's a month old, Moon.
Put the kid in put the kid in blackface, and then we'll never recognize.
Whoa!
Yeah.
All right, what do you guys got?
We've got an idea, man. Here,
if they can have those baby eagle cams.
Okay,
right?
so this house, stay on track.
They let you have a baby eagle live stream. Why can't you have a baby taco live stream?
I don't know, because I promised my wife that I will never put our kids on YouTube.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I wasn't thinking of that side of things when I suggested it.
I mean, I've like had some of my older streams when I would stream all night, and then when my daughter was younger, she would wake up, so I didn't want to end the stream, so I would just sit her on my lap. And then after that, I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, she's too cute. She's a cute little girl. I don't want her anywhere near people's things. Yeah. All right, so this house is one of the houses that has somebody in the Rainbow Guard.
Are those dandelions?
I'm not sure.
Okay, are they flowers at least, or are they
flowers?
Suns? Okay.
I can find out right now. Yeah, they're from Sun House. 6 yellow flowers.
6 yellow flowers. It's fucking lame.
So does anyone remember who the yellow was in the Rainbow Guard?
Oh shit! No, I don't.
You guys got to read the books.
Beesbury. No, literally, I literally just read the scene where Renly died. And I can't tell you the answer. And I
could have just read that, and I wouldn't have paid attention to who the yellow is in the Rainbow.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Is like it's not kind of.
That's what I was saying earlier. It's like there are certain details where it's like I will come back to this if it becomes relevant. I'm not mentally gonna note fucking everything.
It's funny how like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm part of a fandom. They're all crazy, weird, OCD, autistic like me. And then you guys are like, yeah, I don't remember those. It's like, well, I can't spend the page unless I know their sigil. Like, I can't even look at this character and tell them, so what's their sigil?
Yeah.
I love that about
their
you, Taco.
backstory. Thank you. I'm fucking a giant nerd. House Koi. Emin Koi.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, watch
So
more of my
coy.
videos.
Is it
You
Koi
guys-
like
No!
is it COI or KOI?
CUY.
CUI.
See,
Yeah,
the
Kui,
weird,
I've heard people
Kui.
say
the weird nerd thing
Sounds
in
like
my
a dog.
brain is I didn't know any of this other stuff, but when he asked you how it was spelled, I knew that. I was like, it's with a U.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like that's the weird, like like the
That's
weird
all-
thing
Yeah,
you
yeah.
pick up on.
I
That's so
But I was like,
I
oh,
know
House
how
Koi?
it's
Yeah, no,
spelled.
that's CUY.
And
It's
I
like
have
I
long
took 2
talks
years of
about
French.
how to pronounce it.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Like I took 2 years of French, and like my mother was a native speaker, and she was actually my French teacher. But like I didn't pick up anywhere near enough to actually speak French. But there was one time when I could not remember the English word for ski lift, and I used the French one, which was telesiège, just because like
Yeah, I knew
I was
that.
like.
Yeah.
All right. This guy, there is a Valyrian steel sword for this house. And a guy named Bold John, this last name had it.
Connington?
Nope. This is during the Dance of Dragons. And then a damn Peake.
Oh.
Gold.
Orphan Maker was the name of the Valyrian steel sword.
Oh.
I'm not reading any of this. This is just in my fucking head. I consider
Orphan
this
Maker.
super known. I'm surprised you guys don't know this one. I'm sure the comments are getting boom. Done. Roxton.
All right.
Bold John Roxton.
Look, man, you keep being like out of step with my sigil project where like it's too late or too early. Like
Sorry,
like
man.
if you like
you gotta get in
if
sync.
you were doing the north, like I'd clean up now, not like when we did it the first time.
We need
I think, or like
Andy here.
if the
like,
Riverlands
Andy
now,
cleans up.
or the Vale, like
well, you
I
should
would
have
clean
voted
up.
in the poll for the Vale.
Maybe
What
I
poll?
did.
Maybe you didn't have all your
I
vote
vote for
accounts to
memes
it?
every time, and then it still doesn't win.
Dude,
so I'm
memes
now
never
convinced
wins.
elections don't work. So
Memes got
you
close.
radicalized me.
Memes got close this time.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was second place. Yeah, I'm not taking
Okay.
memes off. I'm not.
I don't know if people fully understand that. Like, if we do memes, I'm just gonna send Taco a bunch of silly ice and fire memes for my videos.
Okay,
Like-
let's do a poll right now. Let's do a poll right now. Who in
Of
the
the four of
chat
us?
wants to
Oh.
derail Taco's plan here and make him show you some of the Moonman Project sigils for the houses we've already talked about?
I don't have
They're-
like we have 29 minutes and you did not make it easy for me to upload. As soon as I looked, it sent me to another place and then I gave up immediately.
All right.
I can't
I've
just
messed up.
need to
I've messed
sign
up
up
enough
for-
of. I've messed up enough of Taco's streams that I can't vote to
see.
do
I
that.
I clicked the download page. All right, okay.
I feel like I'm in Taco's debt
It's
when
a
it comes to his
PNG.
streams,
Let's
and I need
hope
to go
that I
along
can
with him.
upload a PNG and not a.
Watch it be
JPEG.
too big to upload to stream.
Yeah, I always want to do JPEGs, but
Yeah, just save
I
it as a
don't even know
JPEG.
where it downloaded to. There we go.
All,
It was in download.
all you got to do,
All right.
Taco, to get access is sign up 5 of your friends, then they sign up 5 of theirs.
Yeah, right. All right, I got him. Just so we can. Moonman,
So I'm in your
this.
downline.
All right, Moonman. If I do this for you, you have
I want
to
to be
share
right
the
underneath
stream.
you, though.
You have to share the stream on your channel if I'm doing.
Oh hell yeah,
support.
hell yeah,
Yeah, there. Is that a good compromise?
yeah. No, for sure, absolutely.
Compromise of
I just want you to
1850.
appreciate them, Taco. I want to
I
share them
do.
with
I
you.
do appreciate. I appreciate you, and I
I
appreciate.
want to hear
these.
your
I'm looking
thoughts
at
on
now.
them.
Oh my god. This fucking. I wish it wasn't so difficult. Just download, you stupid piece of garbage. There you go.
Just like pay a girl on OnlyFans $5 for her opinion on it.
Fucking Cameo.
Yeah. I wanted to get a.
Wait, Taco, are you on Cameo? Can I?
I'm not on Cameo. Should I get on Cameo? I don't think I could. I don't think somebody would ever pay me to do anything on Cameo.
I mean, realistically, you are kind of on Cameo.
Yeah, I'm kind of
if
on
someone
Cameo.
super
Okay.
chats anything, you will
Yeah,
just
yeah.
read it.
If you gave me $10 to say anything, I probably would.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a whore. All right. All right. Everyone heard Moonman promise that he's going to share the stream, so I'll bring his stuff.
I'm doing it right
Do you
now.
guys see that
I'm doing it
Andre
right now.
3000 dropped an instrumental piano album?
That's so gangster.
No.
And jazz pianists are mad at him.
Why?
Or at least one of them is Matthew Shipp. He's upset.
All right. So
Well, you're not upsetting people who take their art too seriously. You're not doing art good.
Exactly.
I just tried to upload 3 of them to StreamYards, and something went wrong, and it prevented 3 of them. All 3. All right, I'll do them one at a time. All right.
Oh.
Here's a house we haven't done yet,
right.
and this is Moonman's version.
Ooh, look at that.
Hightower.
I sure hope Moonman knows. Yeah, and yeah, let's compare it. There's that one. I really like how it's not how it's just shield, like how you don't just do the shield. I love the flag in what.
Yeah, that's a big part of what we wanted to do. So these are done by my dear friend, the artist Aaron Oakhaert, and
I'm sorry, I missed the setup. Are these like suggested flags?
No, they're Moonman's that he uses on his vids.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and they're based on like the descriptions from the books.
Yep, descriptions from the books, from Martin's notes that he gave to the Westeros.org people in 1999 for the online game they were doing. That's but yeah, mostly I do a bunch of research on the books, and then I give it to Erin and we talk about it, and she designs a thing. And yeah, part of it, the idea was to do it as banners instead of shields, because like I feel like it's the banners that they're always talking about,
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
And to be different. And they're made out of paper. You can't, if you like full screen, you can kind of see that's a physical object, like paper.
Yeah, kind of. All right, so we got that one. We already covered Gardner, and that's your Gardner, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
And we already covered the red wine as well. And I really dig the red wine.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that one looks great.
I always call them Redwin.
Redwin?
Yeah.
Valid. I think that's I actually think that's correct. Yeah.
And yeah, then there's this one, which is the only house the last house that you sent that we haven't covered. So
there you go. Well, let's guess. What could it possibly be?
There's that one. We covered one of the Tyrells.
This one is very inspired by the oh, what's her name?
George O'Keeffe.
No, I'm so fucking tired. I'm working all day. Who did the illustrations in the books for the appendices? It's heavily. It's the shape. The design is different, but it's heavily based on that.
Yeah,
some of them are inspired by that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I dig them. I like how simple they are, and that it would make sense that they would be simple because people just easily paint them on shields or easily paint them on flags. Like it would be weird if oh yeah, we just got Ted needs a new shield. Can you get like the famous artist Chuck Close to paint it? Like no, it would just be like freaking like a stencil artist.
Like
at
when
for some of them, right?
When Dunk got his shield painted.
Yeah.
Right.
Or when Brienne got the bat on hers, or wanted to get the bat on hers covered,
with the Dunk painting.
Yeah,
right.
it's like as if they might if they're some of the rich people have like a fancy doublet or like on a big coat of arms or a fancy banner or a fancy shield, you might do something more detailed, but these are like simpler banners that they would also have, like the simplest version,
Yeah, you're saying like Garland, or I mean it would be not Garland, but yeah. A red wine might have a way more intricate grapes on his sigil.
Like
in the Vorkosigan saga, it's sci-fi, but there's a planet that like got cut off from the rest of civilization and reverted sort of to feudalism. And shoot, I forgot what were we just
have like
talking
20
about?
left, and we have like 20 minutes.
What was it you
So-
just said? It was completely relevant for some reason, and I just lost it.
I don't know, but I would like to buckle
simple,
down.
Okay.
simple shields, simple banners.
Oh, right. So instead of sigils, they had house colors,
Oh,
which is a cool concept because like you don't
that's
need
just gangs.
like you can put them on a banner, you can put them on a little badge, you can put them on like an armband, stuff like that. I just thought that was interesting, and it was funny too because like the houses that had become like noble houses later on had like fewer choices, so they had like like turquoise and like black as like their house colors and stuff like that because that's all that was left.
All right, we got to start firing through. What do we got here? This one you can guess. This is
trees and some castles.
What kind of
castle
trees?
tree? Oh, those are apple trees.
So apple and then
Fossoway.
Yeah.
Fossoway.
A twin Fossoway.
It's Appleton.
Oh, good.
I feel like
Appleton?
Yeah, Appleton.
That's what I said.
Okay. Yeah. And this one is also super guessable.
Bridge stripe.
Jeff.
Blackbridge.
Jeff.
Is that the one where he punts
That's my hint.
Anchorman's dog?
No, it's my hint. Jeff.
Oh, what? Bridges?
Yeah, Jeff Bridges. Bridges.
So House Bridges.
Oh.
I thought I already said that, but okay.
And then I've been trying to get you guys to say, I got 2 more line ones. Here's a line one.
House
When you
Crenellation.
mean a line?
I've done a
House
short.
Greenwall.
And it's
Meaning,
Ooh,
when
that's
he
a
says
great-
it's a line, he means like it's not an animal or a
it's a line. There's a line.
or a plant.
Yeah. I mean,
Or,
it's not like
or a
it's not
house.
good
Greenwall
line.
would be a great name.
Greenwall would be. There's a guy who is slain during the Battle of the Blackwater from here, who was one of the organizers of the bet against Brienne. This is Ben Bushy's house. House Bushy.
Bush.
Okay.
Ben Bushy.
We know he doesn't trim.
Yeah, we know that after the 70s, there was a lot less of these guys.
They changed their name when they came to Ellis Island.
No, he didn't. He didn't even give a name. The guy took one look at him. He's like, "Oh,
yeah, they changed their last name to Brazilian.
I was like, I was gonna go Escaped. Yeah, Manscaped. How's Manscaped?
It took me a minute. I was like, I know that there's like a bald, pubic hair that's named after a South American country. Which one is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Peru never caught on. All right, this is the ugliest
That's because
dolphin.
they cut a canal through it.
Oh my God, how's Panama? This is the ugliest dolphin I've ever seen.
that's a dolphin."
Well, dolphin actually refers to 2 different things. There's
Gotta make
the
it
mammal.
quick, dude. We got 20 sigils. Here.
Okay, there's a mammal dolphin,
Don't
and there's
change it
also
right
there's also a fish dolphin.
Yeah, it's gotta be the fish one.
No, I think that's still the mammal one.
It's the mahi mahi
ugly.
is also known as a dolphin for
The
some
mahi
reason.
mahi is? That's weird.
Yeah.
Looks nothing like
Yeah,
that.
like I had a friend once who was like looking for his belt, and he's like, "It's the one with dolphins on it." And I was like, "Dude, you don't have a belt with dolphins on it." And then we found it, and I was like, "Dude, those are mahi mahi." It's like they're fucking dolphins. And then I looked it up, and
I've never heard.
I
that
looked it
shit
up, and he was right.
never
They're
heard
called
that.
fucking dolphins.
This is a House of Lothar.
Lothar.
like Lothar Brune.
No, that would be House Brune. Fucking dude. This guy.
Well, maybe he's fucking Chinese, asshole.
He's got 2 last names.
Yeah.
this fucking guy. Maybe he's Chinese asshole. We just turned on each other so fast. And yeah, all.
Well, it's like the other day somebody said that Chairman Mao was known by his first name, and I was like, no, he wasn't.
Chairman?
Mao Zedong's surname is Mao.
Dude, it would have been so funny if you're like, known by his surname, and you're like, Chairman? Chairman? Okay. We got one more fruit. We got a mammal. We got some more lines. We have
call it a fucking fruit.
We have this guy.
Oh, that's a fruit. All right.
Ooh, wait, is that
that is odd armor.
Tarly?
Yeah, that's Tarly. I would not. I was not going to give you
that. Is a striding huntsman.
Yeah, that's a huntsman.
That's not a striding huntsman. He's pulling an arrow.
Whoever said he was striding?
Well, he's striding. He's taking a stride.
Yeah. He's out on a stroll. He's a strolling huntsman. A striding red huntsman on green.
I don't buy that. That's not a striding huntsman.
It's not for
He's
sale.
not walking.
Well, this is a
How
discussion.
do you show movement? Does he need little lines behind him, Russ?
No, it's like if he's striding, is why would.
That's all I could. If I was drawing this in school, I would put little lines behind him, and that's all I would do.
Yeah,
just
makes
like
him go faster.
The first guy who drew the Flash, and the guy's like, "What's he doing? He's running. He's not running that fast."
Yeah.
And then he had to do the line.
But would the huntsman be pulling, back his bow when he was striding?
That's the thing is that the movies and TV shows give, and even the books give us this crazy idea of what you can and can't do with the bow. You cannot draw a war bow to full length and sit there like it's a loaded gun and point it at people. Okay,
Maybe a
once it's
hunting bow.
drawn, you're gonna release it.
Turok.
That's, huh?
You've never played Turok because I
don't know what that is.
I do.
Oh my god!
I do have to say, having drawn back a bow, it would be annoying to walk around. But I think you could do it if it wasn't at your maximum draw strength, right? You'd have to use a bow that's significantly weaker than your.
We have to. We have to end this and keep going here. So,
okay.
You guys want some new boots? Do you got a voucher for new boots? New boot voucher?
What am I, fucking Tarangalila?
I
Harry
have new
needs
boots.
a new pair of shoes. That's
New shoes.
House Cobbler.
Yeah, if you guys are gonna get it, I'm just gonna say him. I'm gonna be 3 seconds now.
Go.
Yep.
If you think you're gonna, if it's in there and you think you have the answer, stop me to see if you know it. But
we don't.
House Cordwainer.
Cool.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, House Cordwainer. I have not done a short for him yet.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah, I have not done a house for House Cordwainer yet.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
Black boots on a field of green and gold diamonds. There is none. Oh, it's an Easter egg house. Cordwainer Smith, a science fiction writer appreciated by Martin. Martin is such a fucking novelist nerd.
Yeah.
He's the biggest novelist nerd. I love saying novelist nerd. All right, let's do an easy one. Boom.
House Fruit of the Loom.
House
Merryweather.
Merryweather. Who said Merryweather?
That was Moon Man.
Moon
I
Man.
said it.
Good job, Moon
No.
Man.
I said it before you didn't.
Shut up.
I had a window blocking 85% of it, and I got that one.
Hell yeah. Where's your how do you watch this is a visual thing and you're hid so you can't see it?
I was ejecting a hard drive.
Ooh, yeah.
What a lot of people don't realize. What a lot of people don't realize about that sigil is that it didn't used to have a cornucopia in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they got really confused one day when they're like, why did it have a cornucopia in it? And then they started looking at all the old castles and they all had a cornucopia in it too. And they're like, there's no way. I was down here last week and it didn't have
So the cornucopia actually only showed up on Chinese knockoffs first. And then
is this a
everybody
Mandela effect joke?
Yeah.
I thought
It's not even a joke. It's not even a joke though. It's real.
Wait, I thought a Mandela was something that reminds you of Nelson Mandela.
No.
That's for
a Mandela effect is when
I know, Russ. Michael made an April Fool's joke about Mandela effect. It was which characters are the most like Mandela. It was April Fool's. It's so fucking
I did an April Fool's joke where I was from a universe that the Mandela effect meant something else, and so the entire time I had thought the Mandela effect just means who had a fake out death that would be the best ruler of South Africa. So I put all the characters in A Song of Ice and Fire who we thought they died at the end of a chapter, and then I ranked them in terms of how good they would be at ruling South Africa. And I think Mance was number 1, Tyrion was number 2, and Tyrion and Davos. Mance, Tyrion, and Davos were my top 3.
All right, we have 9.
Wow.
You didn't maybe want to pick a native South African.
I don't think there are any
in
A Song of Ice and Fire who have had fake out deaths.
They couldn't even make it to South Sithorios. She flew there for 3 years. All right, let's do another green hand. You guys got this one?
Ooh.
I have my short
wood
did
and
it really
duct tape.
well.
House Jackwood.
Jackwood, nice.
Yep.
It's House Oofering.
Oofring.
Okay.
Oofering. UFF.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know it's already gross, huh? UFFERING. Oofering.
UFFER. How many R's?
One. ER.
UFFERING.
Yeah.
That is a gross looking word, man.
Yeah, dude, it's gross. Roland Oofering, the fourth husband of Rohan Weber, probably died doing something stupid. And then Hellicent Oofering is his pious and simple sister who still lives with Rohan Weber. I did a short about him, and it was awesome. I really like House Oofering. I got one over on House Oofering. Not buffering here. Buffering, buffering. That was really fun.
Honestly, the fact that it is probably just suffering without an S, like that feels like a way George would.
Uffering, not oofering. Yeah, probably uffering. Yeah, you're right. All right, what do you guys got for this one?
Texas.
Texas Longhorns, yeah.
This is one of the. This is a Garth Greenhand
Chiefs.
Son house, and it's
Sandy
probably my
Chiefs.
favorite. This is probably my favorite Greenhand Son house. From Bors the Breaker. No, not Braun Breaker. Bors the Breaker, the son of Garth Greenhand. And I'm trying to remember.
What did he break?
According to legend, he gained the strength of 20 men by drinking only bull's blood. Some tell that Bors drank so much that he grew some shiny horns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He probably
broke whatever
call him the breaker.
Could we maybe talk RFK into doing that?
No.
I think we could.
Stop! No, we're not doing it. No, he was called the.
Offer him a bowl of brown, he'd eat it.
He probably eat it. He probably has.
He was swimming in raw sewage yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Can we not? I don't want to do it because I have so much I want to say, but I'm not allowed to say.
Let's go. Move on.
Bors the Breaker got that name because he does a spear going 23 miles per hour.
He just okay. Yeah, it's Braun Breaker.
Yeah, Braun Breaker joke. You see his freaking spear on what's his name?
I'd love to see them hit him with a radar gun. When he does a spear.
Yeah, because they say 23, but it's like, are you
now that you just said the speed, yeah.
Yeah. Who did he hit going that last one? Not I Show Speed. From Judgment Day. My brain's fried. I normally love him. Carlito. That spear on Carlito was nuts. All right, let's do, in my opinion, an easy one. What do you got?
House Three Castle.
Oh, yep. They used to have three castles.
Peake. House Peake.
House Peake. Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
What are they peeking at?
Douchebag house. House full of just freaking pricks. Every Peake is just a dick. I'm sorry. I am not a fan of fucking Peakes. Every time it's like, and we're going to bring in Ted Peake to be Master of Coin. It's like he's going to murder the hand and try to take over. He's a fucking ass.
Watch what you say, man. Watch what you say. In the new regime, the Peaks are going to be in a more powerful place, at least some of them.
Marjorie Taylor Peake. All right, I'm done. I'm done. All right, what do we got here?
Those are very fancy swans.
They're not swans.
Storks?
Those are herons.
Not keep going.
Are they heron?
Nope.
Herons.
We'll get there eventually.
Flamingos?
Okay.
Nope.
Snipers.
You're getting further away.
Or sorry, snipe.
It's not a heron. What?
Sandpiper. Flamingo.
Not a stork.
That's so easy. What are you guys doing here?
Egret.
It's a duck.
No.
Who are you?
A crane.
Who's so wise?
Thank you.
In the ways of science.
Is it a jackal? It's a jackal. It's a jackal.
Literally,
crane.
The dumb thing is like the cranes are the type of bird that looks like that. That is.
What's a crane?
Too.
It's a crane. Yeah, it's house crane.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, house crane.
Oh.
And
all right.
a daughter of Garth the Greenhand who can turn into a crane. I'm not looking at her name right now. And you guys won't get this one, so I'm just going to say it. It's a sick sigil. I've never seen it before
that is.
now. And it's House Dunn. Dunn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan.
awesome.
Like the gymnast one?
Yeah, like Ryan Dunn. Poor Ryan Dunn.
Yeah.
Oh no.
R.I.P.
The gymnast, I think, spells it different.
And this one just has a funny name. The lover of Daemon the Second Blackfire.
Cleopatra?
No. Shut
up.
I do not
Efren
know.
T's nailing it.
Shut up.
Sigil.
Yeah. This guy, was the gay lover of Daemon the Second, of John the Fiddler, who has a nickname I can't say on stream. No, you guys don't remember? Cockshaw.
Wait, is Elric right?
Alan Cockshaw.
Damn.
Yeah, Alec's right. Cockshaw, which is great name. Penis Shaw. Yeah. Yep. Don't get penisy. I thought Russ would get that one.
I used to love Blue Harvest so much.
Yeah, Blue Harvest is so good. I'm gonna make you guys. I'm yelling at you guys about tangents, so I'll make mine super quick. Playing a Pokemon Nuzlocke, and you have to nickname everybody you get. And I was playing a randomizer, so I was running into late game Pokemon really early on, and I caught a Venusaur, and I wanted to nickname it. So I just Googled like funny Venusaur nicknames, and it was just somebody just replacing the V with the P, and it would just Venusaur. And I was like, dude, fuck yeah. And this guy's like, I've always just done Venusaur. And then he had 2 comments. The first one was, why? Like the guy didn't get it. And the second comment was just legend.
Yeah, that is
the dichotomy of the internet.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I was thinking with Cockshaw. All right, this one you won't get. This one's really hard. I wouldn't have gotten this one. I don't know if there's anything about
is that Ivy?
No.
No?
No. I know it's like easy to try to go off of what's on the sigil, but so often it's just like
right, no, I'm asking if on the sigil that's Ivy.
Let me look. It is pale green ivy bendy on a black masonry.
On black masonry. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's House Kidwell.
Kidwell.
Okay. Yep, and there is like none in the books. So what about this one? Boop. I love this sigil.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I love this fucking
This
sigil.
looks like one of those people that like puts their like old registration stickers all around their license plate.
Oh yeah, fuck those people. I got in trouble doing that because I always thought it was,
it's illegal, bro.
Yeah, so I put my old one, I put on the other side, and then I got pulled over because he said he didn't even see the new one on the other side. He just saw the old one. And I was like, what?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Dude, in Florida, like when you got a new registration sticker on your plate, you immediately, like you put it on and then you cut it with a razor so that nobody could fucking steal it.
Oh, wow. That's hardcore. All right. So there's a guy, a young lord. He's a cousin of the Fossoways with the first name Elwood from this house. So cool. No, don't say blues. No one say blues.
Elwood Flowery Boy.
Yes, Elwood Flowery Boy. It's Meadows. Elwood Meadows.
Oh, that tracks actually with the sigil.
And I want to say the name is they're from Grassy Vale. I like the Meadows. It's a cool vibe. Elwood, Grassy Vale.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
It's a good sigil.
All right.
This whole stream is a vibe, man.
1, 2,
I'm digging this.
8,
Of
9.
the places to live too, the Reach is like probably the least
best.
Terrible in Westeros, right?
We have 11 left, and I promised my wife.
I don't know. I think of all the places to live, I think I'd rather live in Winterfell. I know the weather's gonna suck, but you're like well beyond the reach of most people that are dicks.
I have to message.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but and also it's so far away.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole
castle's like a 2-day ride. No one's messing with you unless.
I mean, like my honest first choice would be like the Water Gardens of Dorne, but if I was trying to keep myself alive, I would go to Winterfell.
You know, I think like the
location
framework of real estate selection is really based on like a a middle class position, and
Yeah.
when I don't think
Which doesn't
location is
exist
as
anymore.
relevant in a feudal society. It's not. It's class. When we're talking about like how you want to live.
Well, yeah, because if location was like something you think about, no one would live on the fucking Iron Islands at all.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean,
would
like,
you live
like when what's his name, Louis the 16th, tried to move the seat of government from Paris to Versailles, and it was just like super inconvenient because like everybody's offices were in Paris, and there's like,
It was like when the
okay.
King of England tried to move the offices to England, and they were like, "Dude, just stay in France. What are you doing?" All right.
Yeah, no, that is a good point, though, Moon Man. I will live wherever they let me be king. That's what I would do.
Yeah, there you go.
I know that I don't want to live on this island, but I already own a giant fucking castle on it, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Rocking up
that's
in a
why
random Iron Island, being like, "Hey, can I be in charge here?" And if they say no, I just leave.
Yeah.
Well, this place
Well, that's-
sucks anyway.
So this
That
is
was
a
one
why
thing
it's a
that
good
had never
location.
occurred to me until I would read this series was like when it's really, really, really hot out or when it's really, really, really cold out, it doesn't matter how fucking rich you were back then. Like peasants and kings were just as hot and just as cold.
Yeah.
It's like everybody. Like
Okay.
the kings would probably have more wood for the fire, but
What I
like
like about this sigil is it's one of those, and then the inside the shield is the same sigil, and inside that sigil is the same sigil. Like
That
it's
is
like,
No, it's
great.
infinite regression. Yeah.
Thank you, infinite regression. I used to have a Pikachu GIF, but I got rid of it, where it just zooms in on his face and there's another face. And it's
I
a
wanted
black
to make-
knight. You know one? Got a name?
I wanted to make a
No.
T-shirt of myself doing that, where I took a picture of myself wearing the shirt and took a
Shirt,
picture of
yeah.
myself wearing that.
is
shirt,
this the
and
guy
then just
that
went-
started calling himself like Giant Slayer after
No, that is Godry.
Stannis?
That
Okay.
is Godry Faring, and the Farings I want to say are
Okay.
Stormlands or Crownlands.
Okay.
Yeah, but they do have knights on the sigil, which is a little too smart for you, Rusty. Wow. Surprised you knew that. Good job, dude.
Excuse me?
You normally, well, that seems like a lot of knowledge for you. How do you know the Farings have knights on their sigil? You normally don't know that much. No offense. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm actually trying to compliment.
The problem with
Horrible
sigil
way.
knowledge is it's all entirely random. Like we're either going to know 100% of these or zero for like, and there's no rhyme or reason why.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
and,
no in
and some of
between.
them have hints
Yeah.
where you can be like, it's House Black Knight.
Right.
And then there's
Yeah,
a Black
yeah.
Knight, and you're like,
Right,
what
but
is
like
it?
I knew House Peake
Owen.
earlier, and that's a random one that I just knew because I took their land away in CK2 once. Like,
Right.
you know.
No one's gonna get this one, and I think it's sick because there's a battering ram on it.
Ow, fuck.
Oh,
That
fuck.
is
It
good.
is House
Is
oh,
that-
fuck. You're right.
It's House Grand.
It looks like a
No,
Pez
that's
dispenser.
House
Yeah.
Yellshire.
Do you guys know Grand
Yeah, that's the big battering ram
Yeah, from
Hell's
the
Deep?
Hobbit
No,
movies?
No, it was
Oh.
in Hell's Deep. That's in they use that at Rohan, right?
Oh, was it in the original trilogy?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Is it?
The Hobbits.
Yeah, you
the
see
Hobbit
it.
movies suck.
Yeah, it's in the Empire.
I was
Strikes
gonna
Back.
say, I was like,
Yeah, it's in
wait.
the Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, House Yellshire. I know.
Yellshire.
I know
Okay.
he's gonna ask how to spell it. Yellshire.
I wasn't going to ask, but I'm glad you said that because I'm glad that you did that because I am surprised there's only one L.
I was thinking
I
the
am.
same thing.
Rust is here for reasons. It's not the reasons we all are here, but he's still here for reasons. I'm here to hear the weird spelling. This is a weird spell.
That's a good.
All right, so
sigil,
we've
though.
got lyres and are those full size harps? I guess
Those are
maybe
harps, dude. Harps.
those are harps. Okay,
Harps, not
so
harps.
harps and stripes.
foot.
Yes, it's House Harpenstripe.
Is it House Horp? Was that a slip up?
No, it is not Horp. Horps are the moth, the death head moths. House Horp's like top 5 fucking sigil, dude. It's House Orm.
Mm.
How do you spell that?
ORME. Orm.
Jesus
Would you
Christ.
still love me if I was an Orm? Like as in that?
pondering my orm?
What the fuck's an Orm?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was just using it to replace the word orb.
I don't know, but it sounds gross and I need a shower. All right, here's an easy one. I got at least one easy one left here.
ORM is object relational mapping. It's a programming technique that provides a bridge between object-oriented programming languages and relational databases.
Yeah, no, totes.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I knew all that.
Yep.
What's this one?
I don't know.
You guys should know this one.
Checky lion.
Checky lion.
Checky fucking lion.
I know. I should know it.
Osgray.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of the Checky water.
What is
I've
it?
seen it before. I've seen that before, and I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
seeing it. I don't remember.
Yeah, the fucking Soren Sword.
The damn.
I have such a hatred towards Eustace Osgray that I don't think other people do, but just because I read so much of these books off the lens of classism, and I really
because of his cowardice.
Yeah, well, not only that, but he starts a fight over fucking nothing, and people die, and a bunch of shit gets burned down, and then afterwards they just marry each other. So none of
the people that he sends to die
are just random fucks.
Dunk has to teach him which end of the fucking spear to point.
Yeah, and they're all
the enemy.
Pate.
They're fucking kids.
Yeah, they're all kids named Pate, and then Longinch gets
I
killed.
forgot they were all named Pate.
Yeah, they were all named Pate. All right, this is awesome. I love this sigil.
Oh man,
George O'Keefe.
Is George O'Keefe involved? Damn, that's a lot of clitorises.
There's just a whole bunch of them in there.
Those are the
found
eggs.
them.
Clearly,
We
right?
found them.
We finally found them.
And they were all hiding together.
My last man partners. They're all hiding in the same. That's so bad. That's so bad.
Oh fuck!
Oh, my ex, like, hey, I finally found him.
What? No.
It turns out to be away from you in order to find it.
And your story's one sentence earlier.
Yeah. You had me looking in the way wrong spot. It was an 11. It's House Palmingham. I'm not making that one up. P-O-M-M-I-N-G-H-A-M.
Wait, spell it again.
P-O-M-M-I-N-G-H-A-M. Palmingham.
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate Palmingham. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I thought it was going to be P-A-L-M.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 left. We have an animal. We have some stripes. We have.
Put up like 2 at a time.
Boom.
Whoa! Look at that.
Sun and stars.
The sun and stars.
It's called Drogon.
These ones. This one, I can't talk anymore. There's a fucking hand of the king from this house, and that's the only thing we know about this house. They got fucking nothing.
Kelstead.
They got a hand, not a Josh.
Whoa! Was this the pyromancer?
Nope.
No.
That's
Okay.
Rosart, and that was in the personal.
Right.
Story.
Who is he hand to?
Jaehaerys II. Holy shit!
Jaehaerys II.
How did I?
Oh, that helped me so
I
much.
answered that way too fucking fast.
I was gonna say, as soon as you said that, I'm like, okay, no, I don't know who his hand was.
That was nuts. How quick did I answer that? He replaced. I want to say he replaced Stefan Baratheon.
Wow.
Come on, guys! You're supposed to be reading these too. Like, don't make me feel that fucking great. Edgar is his first name. Hand of the King for Jaehaerys II.
What's his first name?
Edgar.
Alan Poe.
Edgar.
Edgar suit. Sugar.
Yeah, that doesn't. Sugar doesn't help.
Somebody got that. Yeah, somebody got that. Hand of the King for Jaehaerys II. One of many seasoned older men serving the king. Upon his death, upon the king's death, he was retired from office by Aerys II, who later ascended the Iron Throne, and Sir Tywin Lannister. So he was Tywin Lannister's direct predecessor.
Oh.
Ooh. Interesting.
That's actually interesting. Wow.
So
Edgar Sloane.
Sometimes you just gotta go Sloan.
Oane. Sloan.
They make toilets.
Yeah, Sloan Jet and the Black Arts. The final rounds. Yeah. I love how these final rounds are like how Sansa would have been taught.
these streams do have the vibe of Maester Lewin and Bran, like where
Where
he's just like, all right, Bran, what sigil is this? And Bran's like, I want to go talk about other things. And
I want to be a
like, no, Bran.
Kingsguard. You don't have legs anymore, dude.
We can't talk about the children of the forest right now, Bran. We've got 60 more sigils left, and I got shit to do in an hour.
Okay, but there was a knight with no eyes.
He's a teacher and a doctor and a fucking like counselor, and he opens all the letters like fucking maesters are busy, and then in Bran's like, I like old Nan more. Like, dude, fuck you.
Hey, can you explain to me everything?
Can you imagine if they just let old Nan teach his history class?
Well, that's the thing. So, like, I was just thinking, I'm like, imagine you're a history teacher, and then every lesson, this kid comes in, and he's just like, actually, my grandma told me it was this way, but then, like, it turns out his grandma's right, so there's not even shit you can say. Because, like, when you dig into it, all your shit is wrong, and so you just have to keep getting annoyed. Because whenever he asks, like, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know? You got nothing. Like, when you when you get to the end, you always have nothing, and you're just like, well, Bran, there's some things we can never know.
Yeah. Like, well, Bran, shut the fuck up.
We don't know where magic went, Bran, but surely it's not here anymore.
Well, Bran, why don't you walk over to the bookshelf and show? Oh, looks like you can. Geez. Shut up. All right, you guys got this one? It's actually a more famous house.
Goblets and black starry things.
This is House Costain.
Oh, look at that. It's House Costain.
Yeah.
I got that real quick.
You're kind of adorable in a, like, I'm not calling you the next morning way.
Bro, if you called me the next morning, ugh.
Yeah, ugh.
Yuck.
What about 2 days later? That's fine.
First of all, don't call me. Text me.
Yeah, imagine if I rang you at 8 the next morning. You'd be like, yeah. All right, saving the best for last here. Oh, we got 3 more.
House Otter. Is that a little ferret?
Say it. Did you got it? Somebody said it, right?
Otter?
Ferret?
Oh,
House Ferret?
No, not ferret. It is. I think it might actually be a ferret.
A weasel. It's a weasel.
It could be a weasel or a sable or a mink.
It is a white weasel.
I am weasel.
That sounds just dirty. A white weasel.
I believe white weasels should have a black tip on their tail, shouldn't they?
It's got a little darkened gray tip.
Yeah, he's got a little darkened gray tip.
Does he?
If you look closely. Yeah.
House
Varner.
This is funny. The reason that they have that black tip is because they suck on it when they sleep.
Ooh, that's
so it doesn't go through like the winter change.
Stefan Varner is the current head of the house. He fought at the Battle of the Blackwater. Oh yeah, I just did a video for this dude. So he fights at the Blackwater and gets his knee fucking shattered, and then Joffrey still made him bend the knee to him.
Right.
And I just made the joke like, can I not? My knee got fucking exploded.
Right.
Like, nope, kneel. Oh.
What do they do? What do they do if a guy comes in with no legs, amputated above the knee?
We'll just toss him plop, just like falls down.
I mean, he's amputated above the knee. That means everyone he's near is his king.
Yeah, but what if he got amputated above the knee, but they threw away the top part and just the lower leg?
It's like Cotton Hill.
They put the bottoms back on with a little peg in between.
Dude, imagine just House Varner comes in, he has no shins like Cotton Hill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Toe shot my shins off.
All I know, son, is that when my father went to war, he was 6'3", and when he came back, he was 5'2" and had no shins.
you know, there's someone in the north right after, like 20 years after Rob's campaign, going, Tywin shot my shins off.
Oh my god! I killed Fitty Man at the Blackwater.
Battle of Whispering Wood. Tywin shot my shins off.
Wait, when he claimed he fought in Germany and Japan in like the same week. It's just somebody comes back from the Battle of the Five Kings and they're like, I was at Whispering Wood and the Blackwater. It's like, no, you fucking weren't. All right. No one's going to know either of these two. I saved bad ones for last. This is House Middlebury and House Westbrook. I went to school with a Westbrook. Josh Westbrook. Cool guy. I haven't talked to him in a long time now.
I am close to
Put it
a
up again.
Westbrook myself.
You're close to a Westbrook? Oh, I already deleted it. Sorry. Pay attention.
All right, I'll go to the stream and rewind.
No, I'll just take it out. No, just wait. Let me go back to the reach sigils here. Let me just double click the House Westbrook. There, I got it. Nope, I got it now.
Here we go. Oh, it's just green with yellow.
Yeah, you didn't fucking miss much, dude. This House Westbrook, and then this is House Middlebury.
Okay.
So there you guys go. Fucking Dunzo Bunzo.
So is it Middlebury because there's like a Northbury and a Southbury, or because there's an Eastbury and a Westbury?
No, there is a left and a right berry.
Oh, which way are you facing though?
Oh, left and then right.
I see.
It's just that all the houses around them are called Outerbury.
Look,
Yeah,
two wrongs don't make a right, but three lefts do.
It's
Yeah.
Forbury and Aftbury.
I know what you guys are thinking. Is this entertaining? So I just have to ask: are you not into trains? I haven't got rid of it.
Is that Bobby Bacala?
Yes, he's into trains. He died for him.
Yep.
All right. Well,
$6,000 he was going to drop on that fucking toy
on
train.
the Blue Comet.
Yep.
I mean, it's worth it. Thank you guys for watching. And what do I got going on?
Ermine. Oh yeah.
What's my video for Saturday? It's a good one too, and I fucking forgot it. It must not be that good of one. If I forgot what video I got going on, I just did. Let me look at my current release schedule. Does anyone else have a plug going on? You got a video coming up soon, Michael?
Yeah, I don't know when it'll be. It's not done yet. My videos come out like the day after they're done.
Yeah.
So,
can you give us a hint
about what it's about?
Yeah.
So, I think the next one is probably going to be talking a little bit about, I guess something from that original outline of George's that I noticed. Like, so I mean, I guess I can bring it up here. I don't know. I'm probably going to do a video about this unless I hit a complete dead end. And at which point it would morph into something else because there's like one thing that I want to talk about, but so you know how in the original like outline there was that weird like love triangle supposedly between Tyrion, Jon, and Arya.
Gross.
So the original plan also involved Tyrion burning Winterfell.
Yep.
So
Catelyn being killed by whites and Jaime sitting the Iron Throne.
Yep. So like, and in the way that it seems like he substituted Cersei sitting the Iron Throne for Jaime sitting the Iron Throne. Yeah. Right. Like it seems like that may be where it's going. So the thing that I noticed that's kind of weird is originally there was a love triangle between Jon, Arya, and the guy who burned Winterfell. Does that strike you as a little bit weird?
Ramsay
because
Bolton.
In the actual current moment in the story, there is a substitute love triangle. Like,
wait, so is he going to fall in love with Jane Poole?
Well, no, but so the emotional thing that was I think, was originally going to tempt Jon away from his Night's Watch commitment was his falling in love with Arya and wanting to help his family. The thing that in the actual story is tempting Jon away from his vows is now his love for Arya being married to this person.
Kind of love.
So
yeah,
right, but it's weird that like it's a substituted situation, but the emotional hit to Jon is still there.
It's still there.
It's just
maybe
it's
Ramsay
originally there was a love. Well, like the Arya is a fake Arya, right? And it's not Tyrion who burned Winterfell, but there is still a love triangle type situation between the person who burned Winterfell, Arya, a fake Arya, and Jon, and it's still having the same effect on Jon. And yeah, in the show, right, they swapped Sansa in there, and then like did all the same sort of stuff.
And there were people who were shipping Jon and Sansa, which weird.
Yeah, well, and then
Yeah.
there were scenes in the late part of the show where they were like ruling like they're king and queen, but just not romantic at all.
Yeah,
and then
right.
Sansa was weirdly like jealous of Jon's new girlfriend, and it's like, maybe this was supposed. If we had 10 seasons, would Sansa have had their moment?
Probably.
Right. Yeah.
All right. That sounds fun.
So in a way,
Needs
is it
more time in the
that
oven,
like
but-
Ramsay is like in a way filling a role that was originally was a Tyrion thread?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It was originally part of the outline, but the important part for the writing of the story is just that Jon is tempted by his love of Arya, and it tempts him away from his Night's Watch vows for the third act.
Okay.
And now that's what's actually happening. It's just a fake Arya, and it's a different person in Winterfell. But like Jon is still being tempted into his third act starting position. So the general point is like people say that George gardens and has no plan, and they're not correct. Like he does garden, but like he throws balls in the air with a rough idea of where he wants to catch them, kind of.
All right. Yeah, I feel like you can get there. I got Stone Snake is Saturday morning. The Night's Watch Stone Snake.
The Night's Watch.
It's gonna be a really good one.
Snake,
I did Orwell's. I would say Orwell. I always want to say Orwell.
Mhm.
Orwell's video, like a couple weeks before I started writing the Stone Snake, and if I would have known that they shared the exact same chapter, I would have wrote them at the same time. But I had to re-listen to that chapter and just write down all the Stone Snake parts because Stone Snake climbs up with Jon when the guy who will later Worgen to the Eagle is killed, which is Orell. But in the book, you don't even hear the guy talk. You don't get his name until after he's dead. Like, unlike the show. Yeah. But anyway, Stone Snake's really interesting is what I was going to say. So I did a poll because I'm out of remakes. I just filmed my Satin video, and that's my final remake. And what won the poll was locations. So, Michael, in 5 weeks from now, I will be doing a lore-focused video on the Whispers. So, if you want to do a theory video on the Whispers 5-ish weeks from now, and we put them out around the same time, that would be fucking cool because I've been wanting you to hear you talk about the Whispers. It's something that I've asked you to do before, but now I'm just like,
I could just randomly throw a video out there about them because
It's
like there's a bunch
so
of weird stuff that happens there. Like,
you got Shagwell climbing out of the weirwood, and you got another dude climbing out of a well. Like, there's already a million.
No, that's the thing, dude. I wanted to make a video like people keep climbing out of wells in Westeros. Why?
Well,
it's
and
like
also-
Varys and Illyrio are in a well. Tyrion or Sam and Gilly come out of a well, and then at the Whispers. Yeah,
and then the one chick gets tossed in a well by Cersei. And then also the Whispers of the severed heads that are whispering is very Chill in the Forest at the bottom of the cave.
And
of that
and the Whispers. The Whispers is the only place we see a young weirwood growing. The only time they describe a young weirwood.
Like if you want to
the
make
brand
the
vision
video,
where he's a sapling, and then the Whispers. Those are the only places.
I can give you when we're done with this. I can give you the exact date. I'm just not doing the math right now. I can give you the exact date. I'm putting that video out.
Feel free to DM me. I no promises because I'm not good with deadlines. But
no.
I'll put
Honestly,
it out
if you do it at all, I'm not gonna get mad. Just as long as you say I was gonna do it same time as Tacos. Go watch his. I'm gonna be happy if it's even a year late at that point. But I was just figuring if I'm gonna do a Whispers video, I would love to hear your non-lore take on it. Moonman, where are you coming up on your next vid? Do you got something cooking?
I've always got something cooking. It's it's a long brew. It's got a barrel age. I've been busy actually working for the first time in a while. So, but that just means that part 4 of Stannis, That Peach, and the Battle of Wind is now funded for all its the original artwork it needs. So, but it's coming along. We got to talk. We've got to talk. We've talked Stannis. We've introduced Aegon. We've talked Mance. We've got to get Littlefinger in the conversation. in a big way, because it's through Littlefinger that we're really going to talk about what the Battle of Wind really looks like, because my man Littlefinger is dying to host that party. So that's gonna be a big drop when it comes, but it's still cooking.
All right. Well, go check out Moonman's. If you're not subscribed to Moonman, go do that. And then if you're not subscribed to Michael Talks About Stuff, but if you're subscribed to me, you're probably subscribed to those guys. And Russ, do you have anything cooking? You normally check out.
Nope.
All right, that's what I thought. Subscribe to Rusty anyways.
Russ got some good stuff.
I've got a backlog of good videos. They're all short. So.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry that I'm eating on stream, but I'm super hungry. And yeah.
Save some for the baby, Taco. Come on.
Thanks for having us, Taco.
All right. Peace.
See ya.
Bye,
Thanks.
everybody.